Hello, hello, hello. We are live. I was worried I wouldn't get a lot of conversation to get the stream going, but obviously we already have a lot of comments. So I already have 20 people watching, which is very cool. As I'm sure you know, I am going to give a rundown in my analysis of what I did right and especially what I did wrong with the Mitch Brisker interview, as well as Nora's very prescient reaction and very helpful reaction as I continue to try to interview people in the SPTV community as to how I should be. Whoops, my phone is going at the same time recording this live. As I should be moving forward. So I guess we will start with some of the comments that have been left. I think that's a great way to do it. I guess I'll first start just with my basic viewpoint of everything, which I will start by saying I think Nora's stream was very helpful, and it was good to understand that there was certainly a lack of research on my part, and because of that I didn't hold Mitch's feet to the fire nearly as effectively as I should have. That being said, I did some research, being usually when I interview an anti-Scientology person, I'll actually look at the footage from their side. So I did the entire redacted interview of Mitch Brisker, and of course with redacted, with that podcast, their main focus isn't Scientology. So there's a lot of questions they didn't ask him. Even though I cover other topics, politics, whatever it might be, certainly because the majority of my subscribers are because of Aaron Smith-Levin and SPTV, I certainly have more responsibility to look beyond that. And I've been checking out Marilyn Honig's video. And so I certainly made an error. That being said, I think he's a good guy. Well, not good guy. I think he's a good person to have on because he is certainly a wealth of information. The tragedy is that information inaccurate. So I'm just going to kind of let you guys guide me in this conversation instead of do a, kind of formal mea culpa here. Not that I need to make a mea culpa. And I hate this Mac because I can't get to there we go. I'm technologically illiterate. So yeah, we'll take a look at some of the early comments, and then I'll also take a look, show you some of the fun, even nastier comments that have been sent about me. So hibernating chipmunks, I've spoken with you. I spoke to a bunch of you guys before the live stream. Thank you, Becky, for JB. No more wind, hair, not a problem. Couldn't hear well because wind's a speaker. Yes. So hopefully now, obviously, you could hear a lot better. You might hear some crackling. I'm cooking some short ribs for the dog. But other than that, hopefully, let me know, guys, if the sound is decent. But a lot of comments to catch up on. So I'm going to do oldest first. Nona Donna says, sir, you need to know that Mitch Brisker doesn't know what he's talking about. He just wants to ride the gravy train of SPTV to sell books. He wasn't in Scientology. He just worked there. Well, that's interesting. I mean, I would argue that he was a Scientologist and he was taking the courses. And it was an interesting conversation with Mitch because I kept trying to push him, well, how much auditing did you did? How many courses you did? The answer to that quite clearly is because he made a substantial amount of money for the church, he didn't have to do the usual amount of auditing that even I think a committed public Scientologist would have to do. It looks like it was lighter than that. That being said, he was certainly involved with Scientology, and I think was interesting to speak with because he has those connections at the top. He made money for the top, and that might be for many an irredeemable sin. And I certainly get that. And here's a fun conspiracy. And guys, I'm going to look at the newer comments too to see also what you said in response to me. But I'm also going to take a quick look at some of these as well. So can you check with Mitch those comments in Nora's chat really were his? The profile picture is different. Yes, I noticed Mitch weighing in. It seems like that would be something on brand of something that Mitch would do. So people are just saying, hi, cool. I'm just wondering if anybody's responding so we could have a direct conversation. Looks like that's not the case. So I think Mitch was the real deal, but hard to see. And I care about subscribers because I'm not making a living now, but I hope to make a living. And the more subscribers you have, the more of you're able to make a living. And, my living is, I made $30,000 a year being a local TV news anchor in Yuma, Arizona. So certainly not a lot. So, my tangible goal, nobody talks about the finances. My tangible goal is to make $500 a week if I'm very lucky someday. But yeah, it would be nice to make enough money to live. And I do care about that. And, and look, all this stuff. Oh, hey. Oh, no, Nora. What up? What up? What up? It is an honor to have you. Nora, dude, if you want to go on, I'm waiting for you in the chat. I would so love to have you. I could send you the link. So yeah, oh no, Nora, that's super awesome that you're here. I hope you've heard the beginning. If not, no big deal. And I could let me know and I could certainly give you a recap. But Nora, yeah, I would certainly love to have you on. If you want to do that at a later time, that is totally your call as well. No, Nora, I totally agree. Dodge is in heart is in the right place, and so is yours. Thank you. I appreciate that, Donna Davey. The lack of pushback due to lack of research, Dreamscape says, was the big issue. I think there's an extremely important certainly a lesson, journalistic lesson in there. Please show us you learned by your future work. Very well put. Yeah, I agree. And I am, I'm sloppy, man. I'm sloppier than some of these other people on YouTube. I will fully admit that. I can be lazy. I can be sloppy. And I certainly need to do better research in the future. And I'm glad that you guys have appreciate that I've been willing to have this conversation and go on. And I don't think anybody's attacking me or saying anything out of line whatsoever. But yeah, a little kick in the butt, and that's always healthy to have. It is me, Kelly. Oh, what up? Okay. Kelly repping Nora, I assume. Well, Kelly can come on too. Absolutely love your work. Thank you in exposing Scientology. I appreciate that. Thank you. So Kelly, you must be on Nora's thing, representing, I guess, instead of Nora. Repping her, I would imagine. So good to have. So this is either from Oh No Nora or Kelly. Probably Nora would be my guess, because she'd probably want this message relayed. I thought you did the best you could in that scenario. I appreciate you coming into the chat, listening, learning. Thank you. I will be honest, it was more about Mitch's response and not words. And yeah, and I think that's 1,000% what you indicated. I think you understandably had a bit of consternation for me because I lost an opportunity, right? Now, other people said it was good that I let him talk. Some of that was intentional. Half of it was intentional. The other half was because I didn't do my research and just thought what he was saying was truthful and let him talk. But yeah, Nora, thank you. And look, I think I appreciate how level-headed you've been, especially in talking about my role in all of this. And a lot of people would just be, there's enemy one, Mitch, and enemy two, which would be me. And I'm glad I wasn't, not that necessarily he's your enemy, although he's certainly done everything where you could call him that, including his little weigh-in the super chats and his generous gift. Yeah, you never gave me any gifts, damn it. Bummer. I could really use them. But thank you. Yeah, but I appreciate your level-headedness, dude. And again, I'd love to have you on. You might not be on at this moment or want to be on, because I think Kelly's repping at this moment for Nora. But yeah, Nora, because I need to take 2 days to watch 3 different videos, each at 2 hours. So that's going to be a minute or two. But yeah, once I do, I'm totally armed and prepared. Let's do that. Let me look at some of I got excited about Nora's comment. I wanted to look at some of the other ones and see what's up. Thank you guys for your patience. There's a lot of good juice. Rest in peace, the juice. Let's completely divert, and I will say Jason Simpson kills Nicole Brown. Let's talk about that I'm kidding. We're not going to do that. Okay, Mark and Claire went from 5K subs to 40K subs because of Aaron's endorsement in the beginning. That's very, very true. Yeah, sorry guys. I got back to the bottom. I have a Mac. I'm computer illiterate. I think I said that 1,000. This is a great example of why I need to be a little more professional. But thank you guys for bearing with me. But there are so many dang comments. I think this is the most I've ever had in my lives. Somebody says, LOL, this is annoying. I got that. Thank you. You thought it was annoying. I annoy myself. It's Lindsay Valandry. Mitch is going live with tomorrow at 4 p.m. So y'all watch out for that. Woo! Lindsay Valandry. Okay. That's not that anybody asked me about that topic, but I will say I watched her entire video. The actions don't get to the point of physical abuse and where it would negate any of Aaron's work. But the only comment I will say about that is some people need to grow up big time, and they are not going to ASU and are 21 years old. Not that you could even treat a woman like that, even as a 21-year-old to ASU, but I give them a little more credence if that were the situation. But yeah, interesting. I'm glad I found that little comment. So this is war, man. And it's fascinating to have the controversy. You know, there's a million controversies, a million different ways. Again, I don't think it hurts the movement, and I will be that fascinating. I will be watching that. Donna Davey on Mitch's side. Help Mitch out and click like. If you're a supporter of his, go for it. And listen, I might have Mitch on in the future. I'm going to have to, he'll know that's going to be a much more aggressive interview, but I'm not against having him on in the future. And I will say, despite all the comments against him, I very much appreciated having him on. But there's a lot of egregious actions that I am certain that are certainly unacceptable. And he needs to answer for. And he needs to, I mean, it's as simple as like, he needs to apologize. And I'm hoping the dude like wakes up and was like, Jesus, I was an asshole. And, you know, but that's not, it's not even for me to call for the apologies. And that would be the start of the process. Do I think he's capable of it? You know, I hope so. Former Scientologists need to be more, thank you. I appreciate that. TJ, former Scientologists need to be more impatient with us never-inners. Dodge is just learning. Thank you. But I should have known a little bit more. You can't expect perfect knowledge. You need us to get the political solutions you seek. Yes. I appreciate that. Yeah, man, it's a lot of inside baseball. I have responsibility to know the inside baseball, though, so I understand that as well. Mike Ringer gained 35K subscribers because of Aaron, two both blown for good, and Mike lost about 3K. Is that how much they lost? I didn't know they lost 3K. I assumed it was more like 500, but thousands of views. Well, 3K makes a difference. I only lost about 50. It wasn't the end of the world. Just asked, views matter more than, yeah, you know, this is just me being like an asshole, but like I knew that I had a decent enough YouTube when my videos are getting more than Chris Shelton's, and I thought that was really cool. So Spicy Peach has some lovely icons. Can't help but turn you on. And Bo Beats Sheep. Interesting developments afoot. Just, I can't keep up. We're having a lot of fun. We're rocking and rolling. Any hibernating chipmunk, my dear friend. Dodge Landsman, any person affiliated with Scientology before leaving, hell is empty and all the devils are here. Forget EduCon, China, and the war on cancer. Sure. That must be a reference to something in Scientology. Aaron is drama queen, IDC for him. Look, the other thing I'll comment about him, because this is an open forum and I'm addressing each and every comment. In addition to the Lindsay stuff, I am pretty baffled by the Alex Barnes-Ross stuff. You know, he seems like he's doing great work. And so I don't understand why you just randomly mention something. I mean, it might be, I'm sure what he's saying is the truth. I don't think, but like, why even bring it up? That was odd to me. So, but again, I'm still very much a big supporter of his, but I also want to address these topics and explain that there's some truth to them, in my opinion, which my opinion isn't that credible or doesn't have sway one way or the other. But again, it's about honesty and just kind of us shooting the shit and talking. And that's my kind of viewpoint. True journalists will interview anyone. Yeah, well, exactly. Right. So again, I'm not saying I'll never have Mitch back on. I'm sure I will. Again, he's going to know it's going to be rock'em sock'em robots, though. That's going to be the difference. Better Legacy podcast. No, he showed up the night Aaron Hott arrested to push his book because there was a crowd, a lot of nerve. Right. And one of the things that I didn't know is that I was aware that Mitch showed up to the protest. I wasn't aware that he showed up specifically the time when Aaron was, I believed, released from jail, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe arrested. And again, that shows my lack of knowledge. It's a little more cheesy and ridiculous still. You know, he's trying to make a go of it. I might be wrong to give him a pass for it, but I'm giving him a pass for that one. Personally, would I have done it? Absolutely not. But if Trump don't win, this country is effed. Again, I got a lot of Trump supporters. Very cool. Nothing wrong with. What about Jill Stein? What about? I'm voting for Tommy Davis. I think he has the goods. Tommy Davis for president. I think he'll turn us all on. Let's do it. My fingers can't spell as good as my brain. Thank you, Spicy Peach. I made comments under one of your videos saying you're a great journalist. Thank you. And didn't think you knew I did not, the full story on Mitch. More petty stuff. That wasn't your fault. Thank you. And yeah, I mean, I don't think the mistakes that I made is I assume everybody's consternation with Mitch was because of his back and forth with Aaron, which to me, it seems like they're ribbing each other and they were cool with each other. And it didn't seem like there was any actual beef. And I was like, I assumed that was the main source. I understand now that's not the main source. The main source, the biggest egregious act was the Miriam Francis stuff, which is unacceptable. But initially, I thought it was all about Aaron. Again, that's where I'm mistaken. And thank you, Jaraz. I appreciate it. It was Mitch in the live. Brisker butthurt by Miscavige and now ASL. He's going to go scorched to earth. Yeah, hey. Protest bringing down Scientology, be damned. It's a joke. I will say Mitch has been a supporter of the protesters, unlike some people like Chris and whatnot. Hell, I stayed here for 15 minutes and that's saying something. Spicy Peach says, what is a safe word? I don't know if there is a safe word, guys. Oh, yeah, there's a safe word. I'm trying to think of what a fun. Corinne Powell. There you go. Let's give me the safe word. I totally agree. Dodge is not great. Thank you. And yes, so thank you. No, Nora, I absolutely love your work in exposing Scientology. It's me, Kelly. Dodge Landisman, us never-ends are trying to untangle, isn't it ever Sandy Lee, untangle the web of Scientology. It's not easy to understand, so it's normal. We all get things wrong, and with a learning curve. Cool, I was just checking on my dog. He is right there. I wonder if you can see him. Don't you feel bad for him? He just looks like a potato. Potato dog. You want to come in? No? My beat up car. Dog's good. He's just chilling. He's strange, man. I picked him up off the street in Mexico, and he just loves chilling on gravel. That's like his favorite. Usually be walking right now because we still have daylight. Oh, he's coming in. Cool. What up? How are you? He's my own little Dayton. I think he's the reincarnated version of me. That's at least what Dianetic said, is my dog is me. Read John Atak's books. I'll educate you. Yeah, somebody asked me if I was John Atak's son, and I'm like, you know what? Like, we do look alike. I very much could be a son, which I don't know if it's that much of a compliment, but I do look like I could be John Atak. Dude, what's scary about, to me, this is a stupid aside, but like I could be L. Ron Hubbard's son, and that is what upsets me most of all. Yes, it's a real me. You're dodging the questions. Oh, I don't know who these people are impersonating. All right. No, Nora, I am dead confused. Okay, so there's one, oh, no, Nora, saying it's Kelly, and I pretend to know who Kelly was. I don't know who Kelly is, but I want to be polite. And then there's an, oh, no, Nora, saying it's the real me, and then somebody saying it's Kelly. Wow, this is bizarre. Oh, no, I don't know who these people are. This is wild. This is probably why I should have a moderator. Well, this is quite a fun mystery to untangle. I will say that. If this is the real Slim Shady Nora, please stand up. If it's the real Nora, I would love for you to even go on right now. But again, no pressure if you are doing your thing. Mitch has a jackhammer approach to cutting you off halfway through. You're trying to push back on like seeing kids at your protest and passports. Thank you, Trippy Moonflower. Thank you. Again, Mitch has a jackhammer approach of cutting you off halfway through. You trying to push back on like seeing kids at your protest and the passports. The comments on my actual live with Mitch, there were 5 being like, you interrupted Mitch way too much. Why don't you just let him talk? So that's the fun of YouTube is I didn't push. I let him talk too much. And the other people said I interrupted him way too much, which makes you think I did at least reasonably well. Guys, sorry, I'm just going to blow my nose. I got the napkin right here. So I guess that's flattery. I don't know who we're talking about, but Mayo bias. I'm good. And you did that. Antifa lady that screamed SMID in the back during the Summer of Love was paid what? $10,000 for that? I don't know what you're talking about, but if somebody's given $10,000 just to do that, sign me up. Dodge, I like your offer in this video description by offering to hear both Nora and Brisker's sides. Thank you. This is an absence of dialogue in the forum. Mitch's perspective is self-serving. I don't like the way he is disrespectful to second generation. Yeah, disrespectful, still sassy at 60. I hope to be that sassy at 60. Yeah, still sassy at 60 word. And I think that's a big issue. Is he's definitely showed a lack of respect and really a lack of an approach to communicate with them effectively and to not re-traumatize them that he did not employ. Suppressive squirrel. I appreciate your Chicago work, but you need to work on your interviewing skills. I will cut myself immediately. No, I get it. I think generally I'm a good interviewer if the person is somewhat less controversial. And I'm certainly new to these hour-long, 2 hour, 2.5 hour long things, which is a different kit and caboodle. Do I think I'm a bad interviewer? No. Do I think this is a bad interview? No. Do I think this was an okay interview, worth watching, but it could have been much better and I lost an opportunity? Yes. But I see what you're saying, Suppressive Squirrel. Hell no, will not watch that. Okay. J. Roz, when you first came on the scene, I was hoping it would be the independent journalism that tells the truth, that we could finally, thank you, get our news from. Well, hey, dude, I'm trying. Like, that stuff, and I will still be doing it because I like to do it, even if it doesn't get me the audience. People say I only do things for subscribers, but I also follow the news. Again, I was in New Hampshire, South Carolina for the primaries. I went to Robert F. Kennedy's campaign kickoff in Philadelphia, and I will be heading to the border to cover that, as well as, of course, Los Angeles to cover the trials by the May 29th date. So we'll be looking at cartel land in Mexico and some really interesting stuff. So I don't even think I addressed your question at all. Oh, no, I did. Thank you, J. Ross. Suppressive Squirrel, you need to work on being less redundant. Mo Bias, thank you for defending me. I feel seen. I feel heard. I feel validated. But it's all good. Do your thing, Suppressive Squirrel. You can suppress me all night long. No worries. That's what I'm here for. It turns me on, damn it. I think you are damn cute with your endearing, self-deprecating attitude. Bo Beats, thank you. I am single. And I'm actually not gay. Not that any of that matters. So get at me on Instagram, Dodge Landisman. But, well, canoodling with fans, though, is not that I wanted canoodle. I was saying if you want to get a drink or something, but that can cause trouble. I will say that. So maybe don't add me on Instagram. Nah, still do. My name is Instagram's just my name, Dodge Landisman. Aaron is hurting the foundation before it even got up and running. I'm pissed at his poor behavior and judgment. Very fair point, Layla. I see what you're saying. Dodge, me saying click like for Mitch was a typo. I later corrected. Thank you. To see, I was like, Donnie David, Mitch got one person on his side, Donna Davy, because I know Donna Davy was a big Nora supporter, and all of a sudden she's like, let's click like for Mitch. Let's support Mitch. So she meant me. Thank you. I appreciate that. Give yourself some grace, Dow. Thank you. KK's way. Dangerous D. That's 1K away from a very unfortunate username, but I think you're in the clear. Is your boyfriend cooking dinner? What's he making? No, it's cooking dinner. No, your dad is cooking my dinner. You can have 100K subs, but it's all about the views for money. Maybe you're right. Hi, friends. Monique, I've had you on before. I assume you're a different Monique than Marty Rathbun's wife. But if you're the same Monique, that'll be very cool. But regardless, thank you for following. The squirrel blocked me. Damn, squirrel. No blocking, man. Y'all's got to shout it out. Shout it out in this stream, man. This is a rock'em sock'em robot. Open space. This is a space to feel violated. This is an unsafe space. So say what you will. Have you seen the fake Mitch Brisker? Girl's calling me. Girl, I'm into. All right, I'm gonna give her a shout out, and then I got to get back in the stream. Hey, I'm on a live stream, but say hi to everybody if you want, but no pressure. Hey, okay. So I'll let you get back on there. So I'll call you back. Okay. But nice to hear from you. Mwah. Talk to you soon. Cool. I'm mainly single. I'm not completely, because I've been connecting with a young lady that I met in a Marion Williamson event back in Georgia. We're both taking it very, 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 very slow. But I hope she'll come and visit me in Austin. Nora, I've been permanently banned from our mutual troll tardies. My new name is Ho Beats. I love that. Gotta love them Ho Beats. Squirrel blocked me. Scientology didn't teach you speed reading? No. I can't read, actually. I'm illiterate. Because I went to a Scientology school and never got a degree. I went to Trump University, and I thought they'd teach me how to read, and they just told me how to sell insurance. Oh, that was PBD. That was Valuetainment. That was the last company I worked for. Well, let's look at some of these other comments before I go off track with my nonsense. The biggest story you haven't heard is about Brian Kent, who's a former board member of Child USA. Yeah, I heard a little bit about that. Was that the marriage thing? I've been looking into that as well. So thank you for bringing that to my attention. If that's what you're talking about, as never in, you don't have the knowledge to challenge Mitch. Well, I do now, bitch. So there you go. Lol. Robert Kennedy. Cool. I guess we agree with that. Suppressive Squirrel. Leave politics politics out, Dodge. KK's way, I am leaving politics out. All I was saying is that I like to follow the news, and this channel has a political angle. I'm not very partisan, but I follow the election. So I was just telling people that I've covered the primary and done on the ground, on the scene journalism, and I hope people enjoy that. Tommy Davis, Ernie's dad. Oof. I wonder, man. That's a new one. Still sassy. You are still sassy at 60. You are still being sassy, and I'm loving it. I would have more respect for you, Dodge, if you had better trolls in here. They're just kind of sad, though, so please. I need more trolls. Please violate me. It's 420. Fluck it. Not where I am. I already enjoyed my 420. Don't tell Scientology. Don't allow interviewees to request certain questions not to be asked unless it would try to harm a victim of her private life. Now, this is something that's interesting. Don't allow interviewees to request certain questions not to be asked unless it would try to harm a victim or innocent person that has a private life. Yeah. Going into the live stream with Mitch did not tell me I had to leave anything off the table. So I'll give him credit for that. However, he made it abundantly clear he didn't want to talk about the Aaron situation, which I thought would have been interesting. I thought that was more inside baseball with the protest stuff, so it was less important to push him. But yes, Shar, truth speaker, Shar to heart. Whoops, Shar heart to heart. You make a very good point. Forgive me for my accidental Freudian slip. Wait, making ribs for your dog? I may subscribe to your channel because you're a good. Speaking of which, I had to get the ribs. These are the ribs for the dog. So he's already looking at them. Got some short ribs. Okay, we're back on track. Thank you for the dog support. Ouch, damn it, says Spicy Peach. Hey, I got them comebacks, girl. Squirrel, I am not your mommy, but I am your daddy. Cinnamon is a good safe word. I like that. Your ceiling has mold. Yeah, I'm in a shitty motel, man. Welcome to the Days Inn, bitch. Pardon my French. My ceiling, it's not my ceiling. I paid $54 for the ceiling, mind you. Your dog is a better. Suppress the squirrel, you got me with that one. You are suppressive. You are. You know what? The people saying like I don't have good trolls. I think suppressive squirrels it's a pretty good troll. Donna Davey, I swear Dodge is reading the comments in reverse order. I don't think. Yeah, no, I'm skipping around. I agree. Sort of, I'm skipping around. It keeps going up, and I keep meaning to go back down. And I keep reading them. I was like, was there something I missed? Looking at my chat, he's way back up there. Yeah, I'm 10 minutes behind you guys, so I'm going to click new comments. Bend over. That's the newest comment. So that was so worth clicking to the new comments for, wasn't it? Bend over. Well, I just might. If you give me money, donate to my. But I got demonetized because I can't. The pin was sent over, so I can't get the pin. So go to my GoFundMe. That's in the link. And I'll bend over for you. Check out my OnlyFans. Redhead pubes. All right, we're getting way off traffic. Not a fan, not gay, but Instagram duly noted. Hey, you never know. Thank you. I appreciate that. Don't bring your new hoe to the Mold Hotel. When I was with the young lady that I met in Georgia, I splurged for a nicer hotel for like 2 nights. But other than that, I'm staying at little motels and little RVs. I'll stay at Airbnbs and RVs. So, all right, let's look at the most, besides for Spicy Peach, let's look at the most recent comments. Why do you think the media is ignoring everything that's happened? So that's generally part of my job, right? And it's like, I hope that some of the media or some people pick up on the story. So even if it's Miss Brisker, at the end of the day, to me at least, Mitch is funny. Like, I think he's funny and he tells a story in an interesting way that gets people watching. I did find him humorous. I think that's how you get some of the media to pay attention. That's how you get more of an audience. But hey, I mean, we're silenced, right? I was in the media and I tried to get people to pay attention to the truth about Scientology and I got fired for it. So it's certainly no easy task. Sup Squirrel is lame. They will get better. MB gives me the creeps. MB, Mitch Brisker. It gives you the creeps, so I don't watch, but everyone is entitled to tell a story. Yeah. She scared you when you said, can I bend over now? Geez, us. I think you said that. War news in Palestine. Yeah. War of Water, East Palestine. That's one I'm going to stay out of because that's just a whole headache and a half. What the F? My kid sent me a no meat sub. Got to get that meat. Where's the meat? Meat is the treat. I am an Aussie. So your political posts don't interest me. Okay, well, you know what? Kevin Rudd and Tony Abbott doesn't interest me. Huh? Except that, Viv Ross, doesn't interest me that you've had 27 prime ministers in 3 years. Julie Willebrand doesn't interest me. I'm kidding. I totally get that, Viv Ross. I appreciate your willingness to learn from Nora, and comments will continue to support you if interested to me. Good luck. Well, thank you. And thank you for the support, Viv Ross. And yeah, guys, that's what I was saying. Like, that was a whole message of like, please stay subscribed. It's like, even if you don't like the political stuff, if you like the other stuff, just ignore the political stuff and stay subscribed, please. But I think, Viv, we should have an hour-long conversation about Kevin Rudd. Let's just do it. I'm kidding. We're not going to do that, but we might. He's us. Yes. Okay. Mitch is really living his glory days when he was popular and a somebody. Kind of felt that vibe a little bit. I agree with that. I meant knew so little about Scientology. Just want to make sure that was clear. Oh, my earlier comment. Dodge, what do you think about hosting a discussion between the warring factions? Dude, that's going to be my next thing. I don't know. Nora's going to wade in. I don't think she wants to come on right now, which I totally freaking get. But dude, Nora and Mitch, despite all these comments, no ill feelings towards either of you, at least because with Mitch's personal relationship, he might have lied. He might have said some really crazy shit. At least with me, he's dealt with me in a fine manner. So I'd love to have both of them on and talk, and, you know, I can moderate in some regard. And yeah, so that's what I'm still here if you want to send a link, but your clapbacks are fantastic. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad you like the clapbacks. That's kind of my favorite thing. So it's like, keep the troll coming. Nora, if you want to, I'm trying to figure out how this works. If you want to give me your email or give me one of your moderators' email, or maybe I could look up your email, and then I'll send you a link for it, or because like everybody goes in. But yeah, let me see what I wonder if you have your, so you have your links. I'm looking at Nora's channel to see if I could connect with her. View email address. Cool. She got almost 1 million views. You're hardcore, Nora. Damn, girl. I want to be like you when I grow up. Okay, I'm not going to reveal her. Well, I could reveal her email because it's public. And then I'm going to do it. Invite somebody. Invite. Here's my linkity link. And invite, come on when you'd like, or not at all, totally your call, but would love to have you. Cool. Okay, so, oh, whoops, I didn't enter the damn link because I'm an airhead. All right, here we go. I'm still stupid. Okay. Guys, here's my StreamYard link. Thank you for bearing with me. I appreciate that. Alonzo's blog, my fellow Wyomingite. How are you? I didn't see your comment, but I recognize you and your icon from a mile away. So big fan of yours. Fellow Wyomingite. I used to live in Casper, but he told me about all these places that I hadn't been to because I got fired. That was very stupid. That's because I was being an idiot. I had weed mail to myself because, I'm really smart like that. But I lived in Casper for about 6 months before that whole calamity happened. And he lived down the road in the much cooler Laramie is where all the cool kids are. I will say that. Again, guys, sorry. I am so tech illiterate. Okay. You ever watch John C. Reilly call it, I'm a dingus. Submit. But what is your, how about now? No, because I keep copying the StreamYard link. And I can't because I found Nora's email and then it's like, now it's hidden and I could only click submit. All right, I'm going to go to her Instagram and send her an Instagram message. How about that? We could do that. Nora, I'm not logged in. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Am I logged in? Oh, I'm logged in her other. All right, you know what? I'm logged in the other one. Thank you guys for your patience. I just think it's if Nora wants the opportunity to be on, I think it's important to have it on, and I have to relay her the message of where I'm already logged in. And then I'll find, okay, follow. And then can I message her? Oh, Nora, can I not message you, dude? No, I can't. I don't know, dude. Let me look at some of the comments and then I'll get to this. Is 10 p.m. Do you know where your dog is? Yes, he is under my feet. Good to see you running this kind of live dodge. Thank you, Alonso. Nuance is hard to get across. Guys, again, I'm last attempt to find Nora's email because it's right here. So it shan't be that hard. It shan't be. View email address. I'm not a robot. Okay, we're going through this again. Good. There we go. Okay, guys, I'm back on track. Okay, Nora has the invite. It's official. It is set up. She can come if she doesn't want to. Totally her call if it's getting late. If she wants to wait 20 minutes. I'm glad she likes my clapbacks. That's true. There will be less clapbacks because then I'll be talking to you. But I'm glad you're enjoying them. Let's look at some of these comments. Mitch is a fantasist. He is reliving. His stories are fiction told through the haze of a cloud of ego surrounding his head. Dreamscape. That's fucking beautiful, man. Dreamscape knows how to be dreamy. Mideast don't give two beans about Mitch or David Miscavige. My understanding is Mitch was in Scientology, but not in the Sea Org. Yes, you need not obsess about your numbers, in my opinion. My guess is Natalie would do an interview. Yeah, totally worth following up, especially being involved in this. And this is interests here. So cool. I got Nora's comment. You should have talked to somebody grown up in it, especially Serge and all the other children. Yeah, Christina Durfurs. I love your name, Durfurs. She says you should have talked to somebody who's grown up in it, especially Serge and all the other children that got hurt from the cult. Yeah, I spoke to Vanessa LaRose, and I've been making a concerted effort to get the second gen. I've been trying for Alexander Barnes-Ross. He's been tough to pin down. He's certainly willing to do an interview, and I appreciate that. He is tough to pin down, and he's been very busy. But yeah, I definitely want a second gen focus, and I think it's a completely different point of view. To this 75-year-old, very cool. I'm really 85 in my heart. Mitch comes across as a mansplainer, pure. I got that vibe too, pure and simple. Says Susan R. Very taken mostly with himself. Nora says they started recruiting her at 8, super young. Luckily, her mom wanted her to finish school. Nora's dynamite wrapped in glitter, and she doesn't smell like hot dog water. This is very true. Hi, Dodge. Hello, Allison Stacy. I'm looking for the link. Did you get it? Because it says I emailed you. Oh no, Nora. O.no with 3 O's .nora@gmail.com. So let me know if I should send that to you. Love your shirt today, Don Davidson. Very committed supporter. Thank you. This shirt is from 1962. It is a very old. I love vintage, so half of my clothes are from the 50s and early 60s. Dodge, Nora is looking for your link. Yeah, so I emailed her. Is there like a way I can message her on Facebook? So I did email. It says invite from Dodge. I guess check your spam. I'm going to look at other ways to contact you. If I could do Instagram or Facebook. So here's Nora, but I can't. I think Nora is not messageable. Would be my. Oh, it is. She is messageable. Cool. Okay. Nora, I'm messaging you. I'm messaging you the link as well on Instagram. So you should have it hopefully via email, but if that did not go through, I'll send it to you via Instagram. So let me send that to you. I would send it to everybody, but then we'd have that squirrel guy get in, and that would be a bad scene. Okay, so I have, cool. Cool. Really appreciate it. Here's the link. Come on, whenever. Really appreciate it. Okay, so Nora now has the link, both via Insta. Okay, and I'll try again in the email. Okay. Cool. Oh no, Nora. So I'm sending another email too. And hopefully that works. But we will see. Okay, so I re-emailed you. Alex is not a second gen or third gen. He grew up in Scientology. That's actually, you're right. I think of him because he's younger, but that's precisely correct. He's not at all a second gen. That's very correct, J-Rod. Thank you. You probably like these floppity old cooter lips. He has. Cheers, chat. Thank you, Spicy Peach. You're good. This guy will blow over. Oh, Nora. No. Oh, no, Nora. I haven't seen some podcasters drop links in the chat. Is there a way Dodge can choose to comes up with the Yeah, maybe I can, dude. So, yeah, actually, I guess here. Here's the link. This is only for Nora. But hopefully Nora has what? Oh, whoops. Okay, she's got the. She's like, I'm like, here's a link, and there's no link. Classic me. And then I actually sent her the actual link. So now, hey, she's here, but you can't see her. So only I can. Papa, can you hear me?
Hey.
Hey. How are you?
Hey, look, guys, I'm going to chat as me.
I got it. Hold on. I got to turn your volume up. I think.
Oh, let me see. Oh, you know why? Hang on one second.
Yeah. Here we go. Okay, cool. All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Let me just fix my thing here real quick.
Sweet. This is awesome. I'm quite an honor. I'm starstruck.
And it's not letting me connect through the actual thing here, though, but that's fine.
Oh, bummer. Cool.
Yeah.
Where are you right now? It looks beautiful.
I am at a track meet for my daughter. There goes the starting gun.
Oh, wow. Well, don't let me keep you. That's kind of a big deal.
No, it's all we're all here to support. She's not her event isn't going right now, so
okay. Cool.
I'm not missing anything. But I just wanted to say, I don't know what's going on. Apparently somebody else impersonated me also this weekend on Lindsay's stream or whatever.
Okay.
And I've commented back there saying like I was in Seattle with my wife, y'all. We took an actual vacation and we had a great time and we were just tooling around, and I literally was on no socials because I was taking in the sights and hanging out with my lady. Let me try.
Yeah, enjoying the outdoors.
So Seattle was absolutely glorious this weekend, and I was not gonna miss that for anything. Okay, let's try this now.
Oh yeah, that's all. I love Seattle. My uncle has a place in Capitol Hill, and it's like all I do there is hike. It's like here in Seattle, you have to be outdoors the entire time. Like it's light out. Like what are you doing? So
now I've got you in my ears. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah. No. It was so beautiful this weekend. Yeah. It was just glorious. And we took the ferry around. I went to Bay Bridge. So there you go, guys. I don't know what to tell you. There's a lot of shenanigans happening right now because we are getting very close to a lot of things. And when the heat turns up in the kitchen, that's when the pests come out to try to distract, like my wife hates ants. And this is like an ant situation, like just ants getting all over the place and trying to make you realize, I got to be over here looking at these ants instead of talking about the important stuff. And, like I said in the comments, like I really think, Mitch is a difficult person to talk to, just period. So I think that, it's not, and honestly, I said, that the video really wasn't even about you.
Yeah, no,
it was about what Mitch said. And I thought you did ask some good questions because he did answer them honestly. It was really about his ignorance and his continuous, just denial of his own culpability in the child abuse, in the child trafficking, in everything else, that it wasn't whether or not you asked them the right question.
Right.
That's just his viewpoint is just so skewed. It's just so like, well, and he even said his last comment, I have a screenshot on it, after I turned the live off, because, there's always like a period of time where the comments keep coming. He said, I did nothing wrong. Literally, like, I did nothing wrong. And it's like, wow, that's really his viewpoint about his entire career. He has no guilt. I'm just here to apologize.
Right.
He didn't. Who did he apologize to?
Right. Nobody's owned up for their shit.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Right.
I think, anybody's going to have a difficult time interviewing somebody who's like literally sat in the same, table with David Miscavige, because that is a wicked, wicked man, and he made the training films to make us lie, deceive, and torture people mentally. And there's a certain bit of that, like the Tarantino quality to that, where Tarantino's a lot like his films. He's a little, and Mitch is the same.
Well, that's what I'm curious about, and I'm glad I have you. First off, like, dude, thank you so much. I thought the whole thing was totally reasoned. Like, it just made sense. You were never like, oh, I did a completely awful shit job. Like, how dare I? Or like, this is where I missed the mark.
No.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah. Here's the question. It's like, what is the point? Like, with Mitch being so defensive about no kids currently working in Scientology, and it hasn't happened for at least 30 years. Like, why does he need to like paint with rose-colored glasses? Does he honestly believe it? Does he honestly think like, oh, Savage?
I think it's like I said, it's a smokescreen for, I got to go in 1 minute here, but it's a smokescreen for the greater picture here, which is, of course, the narrative that he keeps talking about, and the narrative that Mike Render keeps talking about. And, there's a lot of moving parts here. This is like 3D chess, like they played in Star Trek. And it's like, if one piece falls off the board and goes away, then it allows the queen to move more freely. And David Miscavige in this analogy is the queen. And so the more people like Mitch and Mike, and for that matter, Mark, run interference for David Miscavige in these ways of like trying to pick apart people like me, people like Aaron, people like Serge, particularly, which he tried to do with you underhandedly and not even have the balls to be like, oh yeah, that I'm talking about Serge.
I want to know, I'll do so much more research. I want to give a run, like, so Serge,
when he did that motion of like kids in the hotels, that is mocking Serge having held a sign outside of Celebrity Center and the Big Blue Building where he was like, kids can't consent, and he was literally holding that sign.
Oh wow!
And so he's saying that everything that Serge is saying is just BS, and there are no kids there and all that stuff, and that's like, So
that's the thing. I'm so glad he clarified, because it goes much deeper than I was like, oh, he was like, and he was a dick at the protest anyway. But it was it was much more than like just he was a jerk at the protest. He promoted his own books. It was like and this stuff is really bizarre to lie about, and then harmful, obviously, for people who do trust him, because he has that credibility in that world. And so you think what he says kind of makes sense. But it's weird. It's this continuing running of interference is almost like, David Miscavige was bad, but he wasn't as bad as you say he was. And it's like, well, why? Is there an effort to protect him from some sort of law enforcement? Is there an effort? It is this most bizarre thing.
Does he think he's going to get like residuals from these tech phones or something? Because that's not a thing. So
I don't even know what that is. The tech phones?
The technical training films that he made, the propaganda training films in Scientology. Like, there's no residuals for that. He's not getting, he's not going to fight them in court for more money. They already paid him millions of dollars, which, by the way, I didn't get, Aaron didn't get, and the Serge didn't get, Claire, Mark, and Mike didn't get that, So it's like, the woe is me, I'm a victim story, like, save me. Miss me with that, because it's just like, it's giving desperation, and
Right. And that was the interesting part too. It's like I kept waiting to hear some sort of story where he felt really compromised or
Right.
terrorized or traumatized. And the only story that he could think of is when he was audited by the 14-year-old and how
Right.
much of a bummer of an experience. And it is awkward watching that, but you were also a
Right.
participant.
I mean,
Um,
it's awkward, but also like he didn't get up at any point and say, "This isn't Scientology. I'm
right.
not consenting to that." I did that on the RPF when I was being asked ridiculous questions. That murder routine who went through, I went through that, and at that moment, you know what I did? I put the cans down and I told the person doing it, "This isn't
But,
Scientology. I'm not doing it." I tried to walk out, and I've told that story
right.
many times about being held down by multiple people and fighting my
Wild.
way out of the room. He didn't do that. He sat there knowing Marty Rathbun was asking these questions and continued that session. And then years later, let that girl apologize to him.
Right.
Like,
Right. And as if he didn't even comment, well, she didn't really need to, or whatever,
right,
which
right.
I thought was, here's another thing I was curious about, because he mentioned the Heber Jensch thing. And I did ask him about Heber Jensch, because I was like, nobody's talking about him. And he said, essentially, comparatively speaking, post RPF, he had a relatively decent life. He spoke with him as recently as 2020, where Heber seemed relatively in good spirits, lucid, and that he has since transitioned to a relatively comfortable hospice home. I wonder, with you mentioning that, if you feel that's the case or not. Or
I have no idea. I mean, like literally the last time Heber made a public appearance anywhere was at the funeral, the memorial service that wasn't a funeral for his son Alex.
right.
And he hasn't been seen since. So if he's in hospice, that would not shock me. He's in his 80s.
Sure.
It makes me incredibly sad that he spent the latter half of his life trapped there, forced labor, etc. Right. And now he's going to spend it in a hospice all alone, in which he will probably die alone. And right. No one that knew him or loved him in any capacity will be there to say goodbye or tell him that he's loved in any way. And despite all of the criminal things that he did on behalf of the Church of Scientology, I don't believe that anyone should die alone and sad and scared like that. Sure. That's cruel, beyond cruel. And, right. Yeah, that's what I want to say about that. But he's not asking where's Heber, so somehow he got to talk to him before he left. That's interesting. But he must know where he is. Why isn't he visiting him now? I mean, it's just all these questions that would linger for me that I just go like, a lot of this sounds like hogwash. It just sounds like more cover up. Like, oh, Heber's fine, everything's good. Like the man's in hospice, that means he's dying.
Right. And it's a completely different perspective what I had going in, because my perspective going in was he didn't experience the trauma, and it's a conversation with a guy who had the connections in the upper echelons who can kind of talk about that process.
Yeah,
but that process became an apology about Miscavige, for Miscavige.
Yeah, and I think in that respect, obviously his experience completely different than mine. Did I get to sit at a dining table daily with David Miscavige? Absolutely not. Do I have intimate knowledge of what that's like, what he sounds like chewing his food? If he's allowed to, does he chew with his mouth open? I don't know. I couldn't tell you that. But the fact that he wants to come at me or other people like me who are born into it and then try and tell us how what we experienced wasn't our experience, number one, and that experience still isn't occurring for other children is ridiculous, because there's a 0% chance of that. We all have videographic evidence of that as early, as recent as like last week. So his words about that are really dumb. And like I said, if he was trying to say there's been no more children born to SEERG members for 20 years, that would have been an accurate statement. However, that's not what he said. And he tripled and, quadrupled down on his statement. So he said what he said. He meant it. And it's ignorant and stupid.
Right. What do you think
because they're trying to craft the narrative that Serge is a, crazy person. Don't listen to him. And this isn't a problem. We don't have kids there. Because when I started bitching about the RPF years ago, they tried to do the same thing. There's no such thing as the RPF. Tommy Davis went on national television and said that. We don't have that. We don't have that. We don't have that. And then guess what happened? They canceled the RPF because of me bitching.
Badass. Right. So you're responsible for that.
And Rachel Hastings is the one who told me that.
Badass.
Years before she started speaking out. So so they want to misdirect. They want to pretend like it's not a thing while they're cleaning up their mess. And then they can be like, see, we told you there's no kids here. So I can tell you what's happening right now, because Surge is causing so much noise, and we've been talking about it, is they're going to kick all the kids out, or they're going to get them married off so they're no longer children legally. And then they can say, yeah, we don't have any minors here. They're all adults, because a married teenager is an emancipated minor. So if anybody wanted to do a deep dive research project and see how many marriage licenses are being pulled by, SEERG members in the Los Angeles, Clearwater, New York, Australia, all these places, there's your answer.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get back to my track.
You're the best.
But I do want to do this for realsies another time.
I'd love that. That was the very last quick question I want. Homework for when I connect with you. Thank you for being on. You're awesome. I'm starstruck. You're the best. All right. So basic things I should look into. Miriam Francis comments on behalf of Mitch need to 2 videos that Marilyn Honig sent me to do a Serge Del Mar rundown of the motel. Anything else I'm missing, just for some videos you want?
I would start there, and then we can have a conversation. We can have the conversation before that, but do that deep dive, because it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff.
It is. It's a rabbit hole, and it's fascinating.
It's a total rabbit hole. I have documents if you want them. If you need clarification on things, shout me out. You have my email now. I'll give you all the definitions and everything.
Sweet. All right. Awesome. All right. Good luck with your kid.
Thank you.
You're the best. Take care, Nora. Appreciate it. Bye-bye. Thanks for everything. Here. Cool. Well, hey, I'm starstruck. That was a lot of fun. Let's look at some of the comments. We have Thomas Moo Anderson, the new user, who I do listen to a lot. And I will say, Thomas, even though I disagree with you, you have a fascinating way of telling a story, and I very much enjoy your channel. I don't agree with it, because there's like this nonstop hate of Marilyn Honig, but Thomas, I'll give you compliments for your storytelling abilities and your ability to captivate an audience. So nice to have you. We have everybody. We will say, Dodge, you got to get the moderator. But hey, we had a discussion about trolls. That was fascinating. Really great. I didn't know Nora got RPF canceled, as Alonzo from Alonzo's blog remarks. So let's look at some of these comments that I missed. That was so fun. Thank you again, Nora. That was so cool. I appreciate that. Where's the kids? Spicy Peach says. God, there is a lot of trolls. I mean, I'm not ever going to get a moderator, but I should hide at least some of these comments so I can organize them, because it is Troll City, the troll under the bridge, troll for president. By the way, Nora for over a decade did nothing to help anybody. But yeah, Thomas, we could say the same thing about Mitch. We could say the same thing about most of these people for, Mike. You can say a lot about Mike Rinder. But we can say the same thing about most of these figures for a while. They just let a lot of this happen. But duly noted, nonetheless. Doctor Who, Heather, I remember you. You're a defender in the, not that I needed that much defending, but you were an advocate and a defender in the chat. And somebody call me if it's Mitch. I'm going to respond to him, because I'd love to have Mitch on. No, it's Shannon is going live now. So she called me to say we will tomorrow. So tomorrow I will be digesting some of this with Shannon as well. Shannon, my bud from Chicago. What is the evidence? Well, hey, Nora's says Thomas Moo Anderson, the neo user. Nora's going to send me the documents. So we will see, won't we? To quote Mel Brooks. Nora accused Mitch of being responsible for Scientology CSA. I want her underlying evidence for that accusation. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. And Alonzo, you have all the credibility in the world with this stuff, honestly. So I'm going to screenshot that and ask her about that. Thank you. I heard the screenshot thing. How the F did he make money for the cult anyway? Because he shot the commercial someone else wrote. Well, yeah, dude, because the cult's Better Legacy podcast says the Scientology was famous for their slick video productions, and that's the way they roped in people. That's their introduction video. You go in to the video and you get turned on by how technologically savvy and impressive looking it is. And you get a little weak in the knees, and then all of a sudden you're into Dianetics and you're OT too. And you have no money, bitch. Mitch said he tried to talk about bestiality with the 14-year-old child, was later proud she apologized to him. I don't think Mitch was saying he was proud she apologized. I think Mitch was oddly noted that at the time she was embarrassed. Mitch, I'll defend Mitch on this one. So Mitch was giving the 14-year-old credit, being like, she felt weird about it, and like it wasn't her, and she apologized. Not that like she deserved to apologize. I don't think Mitch was saying that. I think he was saying she realized how ridiculous it was. Of course not. He should have said, if he were smart, not that he deserves an apology or it was anything from her, but I'm not going to blame Mitch for that comment necessarily. I happily used the block button for trolls, says Martha Simons. Very cool. No, Mitch is the one constantly cutting you off. He was. The 14-year-old girl apologized. It did nothing wrong. F you, Mitch. Yeah, we were just talking about them. Tell them, Nora. Nora, what did Karen's comment mean at the end of your live stream? Shit. Sorry, Kelly BC. I'm an asshole. Dodge Lansman, please tell Nora we have questions before she goes. Yeah, I need a moderator. Clearly, I've been looking at that. Grooming films. I don't think Mitch was ever grooming. So I don't know if Madam H is implying that, but I don't think Mitch is guilty of that. I will say Nora judging. I don't think Nora ever called Mitch the next Hitler. But Thomas Moon Anderson says so. Dodge, make her a mod so we'd know it's her. I didn't know to do that. Good to know. Doesn't mean she'll mod for you, but right, I could check. In the future, I will do that. Interview. Yeah, Dreamscape says funny. You interviewed a loser and end up getting a major win with Nora. Yeah, this all worked out good for me, guys. I can't complain. I'm certainly embarrassed about my lack of research, but I think most people are pretty understanding, and I appreciate Nora's grace with everything. I love your approach to this. It's chaos, isn't it ever? I'm a chaos agent. I'm gonna fix the election. I'm gonna fix it for Biden and Trump, so I'll have everybody mad at me. Because I am that's what Nikki Haley said. She's like, chaos agent. I'm like, yeah. I got lost looking at Nikki Haley. She looks good up close. I'll say that. Don't doubt her. Everyone in this community liked Ringer until they didn't. That's very fair. Let's not pretend. And right. Okay. This is a very good point from Austin D. Eduardo. Austin D. Eduardo. Hard to say. The problem is I try to speak Spanish, but the problem is if you're half Jewish and you try to speak Spanish, you just sound Hebrew the whole time. Eduardo. But Eduardo makes a great point. Everyone in this community liked Ringer until they didn't. Let's not pretend that's not the case. Yes, and one of the really tough things for me is in the goal of objectivity. We have to recognize that it was Leah Remini and Mike Ringer before much of anything. I mean, yes, we had the Time Magazine article, we had Anonymous, we had South Park. I might be mistaken, but as I've tried to pay attention to the early people out, it was like him and who's the dude? It must have, Mark Bunker. It's like him and Mark Bunker, Mike Ringer. Mark Bunker was before Ringer, right? With all the funny little harassing the Scientology people. That was 15 years ago. But like Mike Ringer was one of the oldest people out, and like he's a cover-upper of sexual abuse, and he has re-traumatized Miriam. I always get Marilyn. He has re-traumatized Miriam in an unacceptable way, and he probably should face some sort of legal action, for some of this situation. It's bad. Does it negate everything he said in the past? I mean, it's a very tough, open conversation that we're having, right? I mean, the Aftermath television show, that's what got me hooked, man. I remember being a kid traveling around and staying at motels like I am now, and I'm like, what's the Scientology thing? And being hooked, man, just being hooked, watching the TV after a long hike and watching Mike Ringer, as we all have. So, there's a lot of the stuff. People have sinned greatly in their past, and Mike Ringer more than anybody else. I don't think that alone negates him being a figure that is listened to. What has negated him is he has dug in and made a situation worse with Miriam Francis. I knew about that stuff. Again, I didn't know that relationship of Mitch Brisker defending Mike Ringer and sending these private. I will say that is the difference. Mike Ringer went public. Mitch Mitch Brisker went private. And I did see some of the messages. I'll give Mitch some credit for saying, this is my view. I feel, yes, what happened to you was horrible, but still shut the fuck up, which is not okay. And again, it was re-traumatizing her. But I do think Mitch, in his very warped way, had good enough intentions. Oddly enough, I don't think it was acceptable, but that's just my feeling, because I was reading all those things and he kept trying to parse his words. I think parse his words because he knew he was being an asshole, partially. But he kept parsing his words, being like, I get it. You know, there is a difference between doing something private versus public. So, and because he never did anything public, I didn't get to the video about him making the comments about Mary and Francis. So I was unaware of them. And I thought he had not addressed Ringer or Francis or any of that. I figured he was just a dude that was staying out of it. Again, these comments are totally abhorrent, and I would have 1,000% pushed back. But I wanted to give, I want to give my perspective. GM Flower, that's a great strain of indica, by the way. GM Flower. I know some people hate me because I enjoy cannabis, and you know, I need Narcanon, okay? So get it for me, please. The comment about Karen and Stephen Mango was something petty. Mitch threw into the distract himself. Sorry, we were talking about GM Flower. GM Flower, I would, GM Flower. Need my Narcanon. I would want to chase down all I was a part of abusing and apologize. Me too. And Mike Ringer too. So here's the interesting part on the continuation of talking about Mike Ringer. The thing that immediately sent off alarm bells after reading his book, well, I'm too lazy and stupid to read. So after digesting his book in audio, I was shocked and offended because I kept waiting for 7 pages at the very end for Mike Ringer to write in a billion years. I did this. I covered up this sexual abuse. I facilitated the imprisonment of this victim. I facilitated the labor and approved the labor of this child. I facilitated the lack of education and denying an education to this child. I facilitated lying about messaging. I facilitated pressuring untold amount of people to give them money. I was aware that people took the passports. I did nothing about it. Bullet point, bullet point, bullet point, bullet point, bullet point, bullet point, bullet point. I'm really, really, really sorry. This will take years to undo. I kept, even before any of the controversy, guys, I kept waiting for that. And it was all just like, in the book, I saw him as the good guy because, like, and I still think he has some good in him because he's exposed a lot of this stuff. But I'm like, dude, you were the bad guy for decades. And that's the thing, like, that's the tough part, because, like, do not talk to these people, because Mitch is the same way. Mitch is one of the few, as Mike Ringer is, that we have access to who was in the higher upper echelons. Of course, those in the upper echelons have the biggest sins. It seems reflexively obvious that the first thing you would do if you were an honest player is detail those sins at length and apologize to the people who are the victims of those sins. I don't know. I doubt Mitch is nearly as responsible for a lot of these misdeeds as people involved in the OSA management and the day-to-day management of Scientology. I think Mitch has 5% as much blood on his hands as Mike Ringer would, as Tommy Davis would, as many other, as Mark and Claire Headley would, quite frankly. I think his blood is a fraction, of course, of it, meaning that the intentional cover-up, the facilitating cover-up, the facilitating denying education, the facilitating child labor. And he was kind of the engine, unfortunately, that helped Scientology continue to be successful with their production techniques. So Thomas, the great contrarian in this chat, said, I just did a video on Kyle murdered by COS. Literally, Alonzo and Doug have done this consistently. I don't know Kyle. I'm going to screenshot Kyle, Thomas. Thank you. And Thomas, 1,000% disagree with you, but I do enjoy you weighing in, and I actually genuinely enjoy your YouTube. So guys, I mean, I don't know if I should promote them, but I should promote everybody. Check out Marilyn Honig, who has some I think I should promote anybody who has anything interesting to say about this topic. So check out Alonso's blog, check out Marilyn Honig, check out Thomas Mu Anderson, the Neo Usul. You chose quite an unfortunate long username. Not unfortunate, it's a good one, but it's quite a mouthful and a typeful. I'm going to throw it out there. What the fuck happened with the dog? Was his death? Was there more to this death than met the eye? I think maybe very much so. It's a selfless self and selfless dude. If you want to be on tomorrow, Shannon, let me know, but I'm going to email you too. Sorry guys, I've constantly runny nose. I'm dying. I need to be audited because only auditing could turn me on. Maybe not blood, but he warped the minds of so many with his disgusting propaganda. Yes, and that's fair. And the thing is, did he reach more people because he had disgusting propaganda? Thomas, you're in bed with a bullshit artist, says Austin. Good on ya. Kyle Brennan at Dodge Landisman. Thank you. I'll check out Kyle. I know Kyle Brennan is a brand new name for me. I love Doug. May he rest in peace. I thought about doing a video on Doug and expressing my condolences. I felt like I didn't know enough about what he was doing or had any relationship with him, but rest in peace, Doug. And that's something I want to look into too. Like what, he had a very well watched channel. He was really making a difference. And he was interesting to listen to. And you do wonder what happened. But Thomas says Doug was very rude. He had fights. Doug was kind and brutal. That's a nice combo, kind and brutal. Okay, so Thomas has a balanced view. None of them want to come clean. Mitch, Mark, Amy, Mark, Mitch, Mark, Mitch, Mark, Claire, March, Mick, March, Amy. Sorry, I had too much fun with that. But I know exactly what you're saying. Says the Desert Dog. Love your dog, by the way. Desert Dog, you've been commenting consistently. And I never complimented you on your dog. Very cute. I hope my dog looks as regal because your dog looks older when my dog is your dog's age. Quirkapalagus. Say that 5 times fast. I ain't going to try. Shane Sharts 2 hearts. The sharding is back. Very well said. Doug is the kindest heart. Called out BS at the exact same time. That's how I feel about Doug too. Quirkopolis. What a great loss. It was disgusting how not one SPTV person acknowledged his death or did a tribute. Yeah. Well, I was just talking about that. Obviously, I didn't because I felt like I didn't have the authority to speak, but I should have. And I want there. All right. Here's the weird part. Like, dude, I followed Steve Mango. I don't know what he's saying is true or what he's saying. Hell, weigh in as much as you want. Your point is well taken. And I should have done further research. Martha Simmons, Doug Scott Kramer was a fantastic man. He is a real honest human being. He can claim to know Doug, but he didn't. I didn't claim to know Doug, but maybe you're talking about somebody else. I said I didn't know Doug, so that's why I didn't do a video. Doug was brutally honest, and we loved it. Yeah, I loved it. And, hey, Doug was a pothead. I thought that was cool. I loved his honesty. I like the down-to-earth, cookie cutter people. I come off as cookie cutter, and then everybody's very offended and disappointed when they find out I'm not cookie cutter, and I say offensive things. You will just find that most of SBT watchers are forgiving. I appreciate that. Says just so you know, and this is just so I know, are forgiving, especially when a person admits their mistake, just like Aaron did. And yeah, look, everybody gives Aaron a bunch of guff, but like he said, he's fucked up. So, he's apologized. Desert Dog says 4 out of 5 Helens like Dodge's video. Yes, precisely. 4 out of 5 of them. Seems close enough. God, this is a marathon today, but we're having a good time. You Goliath, get it. Thank you. YouTube, Mango stopped YouTube for its own mental health. That's fair. GM Flower, my favorite strain of Indica. The love or lack thereof with Doug went both ways. He had nothing to do with SPT path. Yeah, I heard he was not as involved, and there might have been some reasons. But again, there's a million little schisms, so it's tough to kind of figure all that out. On every BFG, Big Friendly Giant, live, my only question is, once you are out, how do you deal with the guilt and remorse from abusing others while in an executive position in the cult? They never answered. Whew, I should have. That's an obvious one. I didn't need to do research to do that one, Dreamscape. I am screenshotting that so I can ask people about it. And guys, at some point, if you want me to get to my favorite, nastiest comments that I've saved, we can do that. But looks like we're having a nice conversation in the meantime. I feel terrible for my dog. Oh, well. Here's the thing, though. Mike, I'm bouncing around, by the way. Mike and Co have their fair share of shit. Air as an individual is not better. Yeah, you know, guys, you might lose me. I've been on for 2 hours, so I need to kill myself, but we'll maintain this conversation. Oh, I felt good. Guys, it smoked like a half a day. It's bad. It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't, and that works in both sides. Aaron has admitted in past lives that he can be a dick. And yes, and again, it's like I admire Aaron for admitting that. The others just say we've done all this good. How dare you ask about his past? Yes. Yes, right? Selfless, what up? Donna Davey, come on, people, one time. Close to 200 in the chat, and my cell is showing 18 likes. Well, that's because everybody hates me. And they don't like I smoke. So that's because I'm a disgusting ginger, and there should be ginger genocide. And I want to genocide myself. And Don Davidson, one of my great friends and supporters, says, I see 232 likes, biatch. She did not say the biatch part. Honestly, the only SPTV person worth listening to is Bunker. He's been in the game longer than half of these people. Yeah, and that's what I mentioned, right? Is for people listening to the live stream, I mentioned that Mark Bunker was one of the first people that was kind of in the whole scene. 420 time for me. I'm not going to do that, but I will smoke a cigarette. But yeah, Mark Bunker is one of the original people, so I appreciate you guys recognizing that in the chat. Dr. Who Heather in the chat says, oh, pardon me. How you doing? Dr. Who Heather says, I don't give a crap what SP creators do in their private life. And then Don Davidson says, lol, gingers are great, not fond of cigs. I understand that, but it's still a free country since my lungs aren't in range. That's true. Fortunately, my neighbor is, so I feel bad about that. Dodge, you really seem like a nice guy. Thank you. I'm sorry for the fact that you got dragged into this. Guys, I'm going to go back in and create some better sound. I'm sorry for the fact that you got dragged into this. Thank you. I don't feel terribly dragged into it, though. Like, I think I made an honest error, and hair's going crazy. Where's my dog? Oh. My dog. Oh, I think my dog's. Oh, my dog's right there. Okay, cool. I don't think, I think I made an honest error. I don't feel like I was unduly dragged into anything. Did I open up a can of worms when Karen De La Carriere said to me, hey, do you want to have Mitch on? And I'm like, sure, because I heard his name once, and then I watched his one video, and then I'm like, oh my God. But guys, again, the controversy doesn't help. I mean, I'll tell you how many subscribers I've gained if you're interested. I lost 50 posting about Mitch, but now I've gained about 100 and 150. So I've gained them all back. Miss Dodge, take a smoke munch. Yes, and I was smoking next to my neighbor. So I didn't fully smoke it, but I didn't want to smoke in my motel neighbor's face. That would have been mean. So I'm going to have one more full cigarette. But we'll talk. We'll sit in the car. No, because the car's going to be out of range. Well, no, one more. Fun fact, gingers acquire significantly more anesthetic than a non-ginger during surgery. But ladies, I'm not like that. I like the pain, just so you know. Dodge, talk to Mark Bunker. I'd love to. He knows Scientology than any better than any never. Dreamscape says, I subscribe to you today, but you are on probation. Yes, I might be on probation in real life, because I have to answer a weed charge. That sucks. But thank you, Dreamscape. I appreciate your subscription, man. Like, that's an earned subscribe. That is an earned sub, honestly. It was sad that you lost any people, says the great Thomas Moo Anderson. Any people, to be honest, Dodge, this community can't tolerate speaking to others. It's not a good sign at all. Yeah, I mean, again, we should all be about open conversation. I think that's important. So I think there's a point there to be made. WW says, can you explain this? Can I explain? I mean, do you have 5 hours? Do you want to move in with me? And then I can explain the entire situation with Mitch. I seriously don't know. Can you explain the issue with Mitch? Seriously don't know. Okay, let's do a quick elevator thing of Mitch. Consternation with Mitch because it seems he has been truthful about continuing child labor in Scientology, that there's still children that work within there. He has re-traumatized Miriam Francis, who was a victim of sexual assault. This, I give him a pass. He has shamelessly self-promoted his book, and he's given Miscavige this glistening image that is more glistening than it needs to be, and therefore might help him in favor of him in an upcoming court case. That would be my elevator pitch of what happened, just so you know, WW. Thanks, Elvis Love. As long as you continue to grow from your mistakes and you learn, be a sport right as you can anticipate your channel continue to grow. And yeah, guys, I mean, look, for some people making comments being like, I've been sloppy, like I've been sloppy compared to other people, and I've been sloppy before, right? I mean, remember, I couldn't remember the out with or without prejudice. That was an error when I was on with Aaron. So I've made them in the past before, but yeah, I mean, you continue to grow. You recognize what you did wrong. I'm not trying to start an argument here. You're not making sense. Seems like you're just trying to start an argument. Just an opinion. You have a lovely night. You talking to me? Damn. I thought we were cool, Joe Raz. Do whatever well-informed interviews you can. Stay away from the drama afterwards. Can't please. The drama is interesting. I mean, hey, Nash, what up? It's my brother, Nash. Nash, can you pick up my YouTube pin, by the way? Where does Tom Cruise fit into this? Is he really only 5'3"? Yes. That is my brother weighing in. He knows a little bit about Scientology. Nash and I had an interesting conversation about the Nord Stream pipeline, which I still have. I need to put that up, and we need to have another conversation in the future because is Nash the Jewish one. We are all half Jewish, actually, Alonso. So Nash is half Jewish. I am half Jewish. We are both half Jewish. What up, Nash? Yo, half Jewish. But yeah, I need to talk. And Nash is like the ultimate guy who kind of knows the truth in politics, and is, kind of seeing the truth away from the corporate bullshit, away from the messaging. So he reminds me I got to have you on, Nash. So I appreciate that. Trippy Moonflower, Dreamscape. Yeah, your current anesthetic, also ginger hair and blue eyes, is a rarest hair eye combo because both parents need to have recessive blue eye genes for both need and recessive red hair. And that is why I hate myself, because of my red hair. Thank you, Trippy Moonflower. Donna Davis, Martha, I was wondering, Martha, I'm a never in on that topic of Karen. Well, I keep hearing that and the opposite. So how do I listen to? I was wondering why my throat was starting to hurt. Sure thing. Thank you, Nash. Yeah, I'll message you and check the mail. Check my mail because I got demonetized, and you're staying where my thing would be sent. And I've been meaning to connect with Nash. I've been trying to pressure him to fly over and to check out some of the beleaguered cities. So Nash, you still want to do it? My treat. It'd be fun to fly you out. Wait, your mother is Jewish? No. My father, Landesman. So people get my name incorrect. It's not Landsman. Doesn't matter, but that would be the WASP way. It'd be Landesman. Are you a Zionist? Certainly not. Mm-mm. I think that's a whole mess. Just for the record, yeah, right. I know Jerry Armstrong. Hibernating Chipmunk says, OG anti-Scientology, Jerry Armstrong from the 80s. Don't hate yourself because of your red hair. I don't, Don, I don't hate myself. I have a very self-deprecating cutting sense of humor. I actually don't hate myself, but that's very sweet. Thank you. There are many better reasons to that. All right, I'll look for the lucrative YouTube money. It's far from lucrative, Nash, but I think it'd be fun to have you, so we'll connect. You have to look at the source of the drama. There are those who attack and there are those forced to defend. After modding many channels, the facts are clear as to who is attacking and who is unacceptable. Fair. Let me try to go up here. It's not just drama. It's people's words and opinion. It's just words. Right. Okay. So, that's another thing I want to talk about is people say the hashing out of this drama is bad, but it's like, and everybody's story should just be told, but your story also has to be accurate, right? And your story also has to make sure that you're doing all you can to make sure that people are brought to justice. And that if what you say negates some of that story, then that needs to be talked about, that might need to be talked about in one video or two videos or three or four or five videos. I see what you're saying, though. Yeah, I'll reach out. I know Kelly Copter is a public subscriber of mine, and I'm a big fan of hers. So, guys, in the comments, if you want to, out of curiosity, we won't talk about this too much, but out of curiosity, are people saying Aaron is dating Jenna Miscavige or Kelly Copter? Because I've heard both, which is weird. Danny and Leah have lots of road time ahead and stream most of it. I'm sure. I'm going cross country too, but because I'm a lazy asshole, I'm taking 3 months to do it and stopping every 2 hours and stopping every place for 3 nights. Danny and Leah are not. This reminds me of Doug's chat when he was here. Thank you. Yeah, man. Yeah, it does. It does. Shar, the truth speaker, Shar Tart. I'm kidding. I'm going to stop making fun of you for that username. Yeah, he says this reminds you of Doug's chat when he was here. I value that very. Yeah, man. I just like talking with you guys, and we're kind of talking about. And Doug was like that too, right? He was just this vulnerable, open person, relatable. Didn't think he was hot shit. Talked about his mess ups, his addiction issues, and he kind of got therapy out of talking to his supporters, as I am with you guys. So yeah, thank you. That's a quite high compliment. Saying this is a Doug-like stream. I honor him. I don't know why I just did that, because I know Doug was not a Catholic. Neither am I. Nancy in Abbotsford. Abbotsford has the highest concentration of Sikhs outside of India, I believe. Hello to Nancy in Abbotsford. She says neither. OBG Foster, a friend of mine. Question: what advice would you give to a journalist who wants to do a story about an SPTV phenomenon? No, if you do it, you're going to get fired. So that's the problem. Look at what Corinne Powell did to me, right? I was some schmuck from freaking Yuma. And Corinne was like, yeah, I had to get fired immediately. And I just did one little article. So it's hard. And there's the thing is, the only thing you can do is get something where the media will pay attention to. That was Nanny Masterson. They have to pay attention to it. Court case, obviously. The other would be advocate to get their tax-exempt status revoked, quite frankly. I think that would probably be the best line of action in that regard. And write about it. Be very careful, write facts only, man, right? Write Miscavige lawsuit, not Scientology has a history of fair gaming. Even though all that stuff is true, it's incorrect background information. That's the stuff you can get nabbed on. But if you could just say, there's the latest development, it's just write like an AP reporter and only like an AP reporter, and you could probably get it through. So that would be my guess. Unless you want to get fired. I believe that Abbotsford. Yeah. You know what I love about Canada is Canada is like a funhouse mirror of the United States, but just switch the racism and switch the racial minorities. And they're like, oh, they're just like us. They're just racist against South Asians. Cool. Welcome to Canada. Oh, they get residential schools too. Oh, they get slavery too. Great. They're racist. The French, you want to talk about the French and their view of Muslims? Quebec is the only location in North America to ban hijabs in school. And they almost separated. How's who's the governor, premier of BC? I don't even know. Saying goodbye, friends. Martha Simons, I really do appreciate that. Appreciate Anathema Fox, one of my favorites. Hi, you look good. Thank you. I appreciate it. You're one of my favorite fans, so big fan of yours. I'll be keeping up with you to see what you'll be working on. Thank you, Anathema Fox. I appreciate that. Yep, and free medical. Yes, this is true. What do you think, Nancy? Nancy, by the way, let's hang out because I will be covering the election of Trudeau versus Pierre. I do not know how to say his name. Pierre Anyway, the 2025 election, I'll be covering that. Dave is premier, right? I'll be covering that if you want to be there. Dog check. Let's do that. He's waiting for me to finish. Hi. He said, what up? That last picture. I want to continue petting the dog, but the internet was out. And now he's choosing to come back in and say hello. Papa, can you hear me? See if I can get him. There we go. He says, what up? Tell me if you think he's too fat. He probably is. He's way too fat, but that's okay. Here's the dog. Wow, the nice apartment above meth. Yeah, that's kind of where I live. Poliev, spelling? Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know how to pronounce his name. What else are we all looking at? I'm just petting my dog, too. He needs some attention. They're all dating. It's all very 60s. It is kind of, right? All right. So there's no rumor of Aaron dating Kelly Copter. It's simply a rumor of him dating Jenna Miscavige, I assume. So that would be. I heard Kelly a bunch. I heard Lindsay mention Kelly. She said Kelly or something. I pronounced it correctly. Thank you, Nancy. I didn't even try to pronounce it really. But he's awesome. Are you talking about Pierre? Yeah, I'm down the middle of that, guys. But I mean, Trudeau's too left for me. I'm pretty left, but Trudeau's too left for me, I would say. And I think Pierre is pretty. He's not like he's more MAGA-like than Aaron O'Toole. This guy's getting super fucking esoteric. Only like 2 people in this chat give a shit what I'm saying. But to wrap up, I think Pierre is more MAGA, for better or for worse. Probably for me, worse, for you, better. He's certainly more MAGA than Scheer was or Aaron O'Toole. Keep in mind, Scheer and Aaron O'Toole both won the popular vote against Trudeau, but Trudeau won more ridings. I think, it could be enthusiasm gap. I think Pierre could close out. But let's talk about something more interesting. Marilyn Honing, Coffees and Call Crochet showed this Discord. Yeah, I was watching Marilyn's thing right before I got on. But I am aware of it. He was vulnerable, humble, honest, and fair, allowed diversity, open, and didn't need a fan of his creator as well. He was his own person. He might not agree. Someone found positive. Yeah, well, we'll have a different live stream about Canadian politics because I could talk all day about it. Don't bother learning little PP's name. Dreamscape thinks he's gone. We got a lot of Canadians here, don't we? Maybe we should fucking talk about this. God damn. What do you think about Danielle? All right, last thing. What do you think about Danielle Smith? She's smart with going on Tucker and shit. That was smart. Nancy, I'd like to email you about Mitch Brisker. Well, let me type my email in the chat. And that was about Doug, not Pierre. Yes, Doug. So rephrasing this. Nancy, I just put my email in. He was vulnerable, honest, fair, allowed diversity, open, and didn't need to be a fan of this creator or other. He was his own person. He might not agree with somebody he found positive. Yeah, I admire Doug, and nothing anybody could say will stop me from admiring that. Oh, gossip. Dude, I might just be spitting out gossip that has no basis. So April in Amsterdam, don't trust me. But I thought he was dating Jenna, but Kelly first. I keep thinking like Lindsay was saying Kelly and not Jenna, which in the referring, but maybe she had a code name. I don't know. He might not have nothing. He's not dating. Okay. Let's not. Yeah, I don't want to start anything new, guys. I thought Lindsay said that. Maybe that was a code word. Okay. So he's not, guys, he's not dating Kelly Copter. I think she's in Great Britain, right? Or something. Who cares who he's dating? Yeah, I mean, who cares, right? And that's why I think all this stuff is pretty forgivable, but it's fun to gossip. We could do a little gossiping while we're here together. Why not? So I don't care, but it's fun to talk. Well, you know what, Doctor Who, Heather says this stream right now, it is Melrose Place. But you're right, it's a little silly, isn't it? I agree with you. I'm going to get back on track, guys, and look at some of the other comments. Kelly's just remember there was dating allegedly. Okay. Let's see some of the comments that I might have missed. I think I got most. I'll probably sign off soon. Although we still have 127 people, so do it live. I think it sucks. Very important, open, free speech with respect. Yes, Maria, thank you. Martha's gone. Bunker came on the scene with the Lisa McPherson Trust and Bob Minton. Yeah, you know, the Lisa McPherson moment was kind of where it all began. Talk to Mark Bunker. SB has turned into WW, making some good points. SB has turned into all drama all the time. The focus now seems to be the other ex-Scientologists more so than Scientology. And, you know, I mean, again, I think some controversy breeds views and breeds more attention, and that's only a good thing. But, yeah, you want the focus. And that's why I had Mitch on, you know, even I might have still had him on even in spite of all this different, you know, what I know now, is because these stories are important. Dodge it, toke, smoke, munch. Yeah, not token though. I'm just telling you it's a bad excuse to say you're credible. You don't make money on YouTube. I'm not saying you're not credible either. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just honest about my finances, Jaraz, and I'm not making money, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. 420 time for Donna. Enjoy. I'm jealous. I think we saw all of these. I don't understand why every person in this chat has a personal life. That is nobody's business. Aaron deserves that privilege too. Yeah, you know, again, he hasn't physically assaulted anybody. He's done some really not good things. I brought up the pregnancy stuff, and a better person or somebody better in that specific situation might act differently. And, you know, with that being said, Lindsay is more than welcome, I think, to tell her story. That being said, I don't think it warrants a loss of subscribers, or I don't, you know, it's a lot of manipulation. I mean, we've all been there, man. I used to go, you know, it's the person in power kind of manipulates. And I remember when I was younger, when I was probably 20, 21, you know, 22, I go after older women. I don't know. They liked me. I liked them. And they did a lot of that with me. So I've been there in a weird, very different way. Kelly's in Florida now with all these rumors. Good God. Oh, okay. I thought she was in Great Britain. Interesting. There's a lot of them. Yeah, Kelly, Jenny, Jenna, Natalie Webster, and her other half, Tony and Liz Gale, are all in Florida. Right. Okay. Well, I know she's in Florida now, because they've all gotten together. I won't watch ITA. The asshole? I don't know. I won't watch the channels because they're just about bashing. Yeah, I try not to bash anybody and stoking that in their chat rooms. Yeah. Guys, I want to read some fun comments that I got. If we could read it. Just so we have a nice little break. So I figured. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Cinema layout. Screen layout. Here we are. Please present. Share screen. Cool. And some of these I wanted to take a look at. Let me just know if you could see these, because some of these comments are pretty fun. Oh, this is just John Beachy. Oh yeah, Night Owl hates me. I want to get to Night Owl. Like, I'm honored to have her on my stream because it means you have enough followers where you have like constant hater. Well, first I want to give a shout out to John Beachy. You're probably not watching it. An older gentleman. There's a lot here, so we'll go to another one. Okay. All right, so here's one from Just Tiff 45. The thing is, I think you're just a bit of a mess. My channel is a mess, and I don't talk about anything important. But knowledge is power, honey. Think of what you are doing. I'm not impressed, but you do you. That was from Just Tiff. Stupid channel. Well, I'm going to cut myself because you said that. Thank you for nothing. You're stupid. Maybe you're not stupid. Maybe I'm smarter than you think. Biatch. How about that? You don't even have a channel. So who the fuck are you? Talk about my channel. You're stupid. Anathema, I want to give a shout out to Anathema Fox. And a lot of people are saying they didn't mean to be unsubscribed. But Anathema, so I subscribed to you because I liked you. Thank you. I subscribed a lot to movie and educational channels. There's some more fun comments. Here's Enough a Fox. What's up? And you're here. Whoops, did I do something wrong here? Where's my screen share again? I got to get my screen share back. I love how you're reading in the style of the commenter. Yes, that's the most fun part of it. I'm going to share screen again in window. So this is interesting. Lynn, thank you, Lynn 2256. I'm still subscribed. I do not mind that you interviewed him, even though I don't find him credible. This is talking about Mitch, as he made a ton of money in Scientology. Can you read this, guys? Yeah. As he made a ton of money in Scientology, and he refuses to still acknowledge to do anything about the abuse, about children and others. I do mind greatly and was shocked that a reputable reporter as yourself, and one that I like, would not push back against his lies. By not pushing back on his lies, you are either agreeing with his lies or did not do sufficient research. Yeah, that was the case, honestly, Lynn, or both, the latter. Any of those scenarios are unacceptable. Well, you know what, Lynn? You're unacceptable, but you're still subscribed. So I accept you wholeheartedly, and I thank you. Watch Oh No Nora's review of his lies in your interview. I was there watching. You might have not been watching all of it because she noted that I was watching. Bad, Lynn. I'm kidding, Lynn. Thank you for the information. It's fine. You don't have to watch every single moment. She does not disrespect you in it. No, she does not. Now, look, Jane is commenting from a video that I posted yesterday where I didn't have as much information, being like, this seems a little ridiculous that I lost all these subscribers. So Jane is a little confused. She thinks I posted this more recently. So I understand what she's saying. I'm a grown person and make up my own mind if I like somebody. I'll never stop watching someone because Aaron has said something about them. Most people are not sheep and make up themselves. I wish people and streamers would stop saying this. CK on the live chat says, hi, Dodge. I think you did a good interview. Mitch is a snake in the grass. It's a fair argument. I think Nora did a really good follow-up and shined a light on Mitch's reality. I agree, too. And as somebody comment, like, at least I let him talk and gave him the material that Nora could refute, which is a service unto itself, perhaps. I think the private stuff is easy for fair gaming done. Sure, public crap like Winter proves himself to be a total ass. I can't disagree. It takes two to tango, practice safe sex. Lindsay, I thought you were talking about me. Lindsay ended up pregnant. Aaron said he didn't want the baby and he wasn't going to leave his wife. Well, OMG, stop the presses, unplanned pregnancy. Yeah, it's a hard thing. And I get Aaron's position too, but not everybody would have that reaction is all I'm saying. Okay, here's a fun one. And we're going to share the screen again. You lost me too, says Chiclito. Not because you interviewed Mitch. I just didn't watch that video or give you a like for it. You just lost me because of the video indirectly blaming Aaron for losing subs. Mitch is shit, both before and after Scientology, and that's Mitch's fault, not Aaron's. Do better research next time. Oh, what's your problem with filming outside with the wind and your hair being messed up? It's the audio. How do I address this? Yeah, no, there's a way to address this, and I, still appreciate your comment, Gclito. I still appreciate it. Yeah, I'm not blaming Aaron with anything, nor did I ever blame Aaron. What I said, which is probably incorrect, is that the majority of people seem to dislike Mitch because of the specific issue he had with Aaron. Not that it was Aaron's fault or anything, but obviously it's way deeper than that. So I was pretty incorrect about that. So I get what you're saying. Okay, here's one that's interesting as well. Billie Jean's just my girl. She's just a girl. I am the one. Agreed. Well, right. The kid is not my son. Lord knows I've listened to that song. Let's look at some more comments. There we are. Okay, this video is not well considered. Additionally, Mitch Brisker has his story out already. He's certainly not a gentleman. You did not do your homework if you can say your team Aaron. So this person hates everybody. Do not make judgments when you don't know Mitch has been publicly saying about Jenna. Yeah, guys, can you point me to the comments that Mitch has made about Jenna Miscavige? I have looked for them. I cannot seem to find them. If anybody has a link, I'd like to check that out. OMG, pretty pathetic. Karen's in the house. Karen's in the house? Oh, just Karen. Are you saying Karen in general or like Karen, like Karen to Carrier or like Karen's? I'd have Karen on if she's in the house. Exactly, Sassy. It happens all over the world every day. My first child is unplanned. She's 19. We decided to keep the baby and haven't been given too long. I'm nearly 21 years old and going, wow, tripping moonflower, badass, and respect. So see, there's, some people, just buckle up. So let's look at some of these. I'm one of the subscribers that you lost. Team Aaron SPTV is Aaron Smith Levin. Can you still see this? Yeah. Is Aaron Smith Levin and the gaggle of YouTubers whose channels he's boosted in return for their loyalty to him. Their purpose is to destroy the Aftermath Foundation. I think they've done a fair job doing that themselves through their daily slander campaign and replace it with Aaron's Revenge Foundation. In addition to the Aftermath Foundation, they slander Tony Ortega, Chris Shelton, Mitch Brisker, Apostate Alex. I'd say all of them might have legitimacy except with Alex. I think that's a little unnecessary. And even the PTS Discord discussion group. I know Aaron interviewed you last year. I watched the interview and subscribed to your channel. When Aaron and his buds start their shit show, I unsubbed from all of them. Okay, fair, including you. You've sided with the wrong characters, Mr. Landisman. I'm going to cut myself. Where is everybody getting those DMs and texts? OBG, these are, I don't know if you're talking about me or the Miscavige message, but this is, I'm just reading some highlights of my comments. Okay. Thank you. So Trippy says, Dodge is on a Scientology Discord. Fuck, how do we still have 145 people watching, guys? We're going to go to bed, but I guess not. God damn. We're rocking and rolling. I wish I did cocaine, man. I wish I could just go up to Miscavige's house. And he'll take his shirt off, and I take my shirt off, and I do cocaine off his back, and I apologize, and then I say, listen, I want to make videos with Marty. I want to be here for you, and he's going to send me an RPF, and I'm going to like it. Anyway, you really need to quit talking. That was for you, Sharon. Well, you're still here. So, I love Aaron. I thought you did. I do love him. I'm reading these comments. Sharon, I'm not saying I agree with these comments. I'm reading them. I'm reading them out loud, dude. So like I'm as I said 6 times today, I'm on Aaron's team. I've said this. I said Lindsay has a right. Yeah, that's all right, Sharon. Don't worry about it. Maybe I just jumped in wrong, says Sharon. Yeah, and I don't blame you. It's like some of these creators, I'm just a schmuck, but whatever. I'm a little monster, a little gremlin. Some of these gremlins just say so much, and they go for 3 hours. They expect you to be watching the entire 3 hours, and they get mad if you push back. No, I've said I'm on Team Aaron. I said Lindsay has a right to her beliefs, not to her beliefs, to her true story. It sounds true. What Aaron did was not cool. I would have done very differently. Talked about a personal experience that I did do differently. However, I think it's his dating life. He hasn't physically abused anybody. He hasn't done anything that horrific that would really warrant any loss of subscribers. But I'm going to call it as I see it and check it out. Tammy Smith says you might want to check out Lindsay Blandry's story. A lot of folks may change their. Yeah, some people might. I haven't. I'm not like I'm still supporting him, but Tammy makes a point. A lot of folks may change their way regarding ASL. I enjoy. Hey, Apostate Alex, we're talking about you. All good. I've been essentially defending you, being like, I don't know why you get dragged into some of this shit. And also remarking that I love to have you on at some point, and we will make that happen. But thank you, Apostate Alex says, keep up the good work. And I agree, and I appreciate that. You yourself, keep up the even better work. But we'll do a cool interview with Alex. I was saying, Alex, some of the beefs that Aaron has are pretty legitimate. Some mentioned a thing or two about you, and I didn't think it was very legitimate at all. So, yeah, mentions all that. Let's take a look at some of the other comments. This is my favorite, Night Owl. Night Owl. I unsubscribed from you a while back before you were foolish enough to have Mitch on. Do not watch other interviews with people. Do you not watch other interviews with people before you give them a platform? I did, but I should have watched more. Night Owl, you make a fair point. If you had, you would have likely passed him. I still don't think so. I just don't enjoy your channel. It has nothing to do with one interview. It has everything to do with you because I hate you, bitch. Night Owl, thank you. I appreciate Night Owl because she hates me and she makes constant comments about how much I suck. She's from Yuma, so sadly she likes me as a journalist, and I'm waiting for the one where she's like, your YouTube sucks. That's my favorite. And like, don't do YouTube. Oh, here it is. Oh no, this is another thing that I'll comment on later, but is she here? Damn it, where'd her other comment go? Is so good. Oh well. Okay, so here's a legitimate comment, but it's interesting. And I've explained this before. Good God, only 33 mined in. Mined in what? And we have Mitch was in the room with a 14-year-old girl being audited with Rathbun screaming the most disgusting pornographic questions at him. How is that something you both laughed at? How is it not active child abuse involving Mitch? So guys, I'm gonna stop real quick. Yes, April dog is inside. Thank you for asking. Is he? Where is he? I'm glad you asked me because I don't know where he is. Where's my dog go, man? Weird hate. Oh, he's right here. I'll show you where he is. I know. We're gonna walk soon. Don't worry. Oh, let me go to the screen. He's right here. Chilling. Chilling like a villain. See if I can get him. I'm trying to focus. I'm trying to square you in the shot, dude. I'm the next Mitch Brisker, and you're in the fucking Sea Org promo right now. Do you understand that? Did you even fucking sign the billion-year contract? Okay, how many overts did you withhold today? You just ate that short rib, and you didn't even fucking get audited. That's all right. Don't worry. You stay. It's okay. So my dog is good. Walk, Dad. Yeah, no, I'll hop off in 7 hours. How about that? No, I'm kidding. I'll hop off in a half hour, something like that. Cuteness pup. I'm glad you liked him. Thank you for reminding me about him. I don't think Aaron is hurting his new foundation. I don't think he is either. Yes, this last thing, and I like the Headleys. Okay, but I think they need to say they're sorry. Yeah, I agree with you, Sharon. I watch Aaron, but don't like the way he treats. That's valid, and he talks about them. Claire Headley and Aaron are my faves. I'll have to watch the replay. Thanks for defending me. No idea what was said, but thank you. Well, yeah, I love to do videos sometimes. Yeah, Alex, just real quick. He said this twice. I don't know. Maybe you don't know about it. Just FYI, he said that you've over-exaggerated your time and your level of involvement in staff in London. And I don't know how he could say that because I've heard you speak for hours about it. So it's a stream. I'll try to find the exact stream if you want, Alex, and I'll send it over. Mitchell seems pretty full of himself. He's got his story. Aaron, he's okay. Don't have to. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, guys, follow who you like, and blind cults like allegiance to anybody is damaging. Oh, this is my favorite. But we became friends. So I'm going to read one more comment. It says stop screen. Well, where's the screen? Share screen. Share screen. Here we go. This is my first time, thanks to YouTube. This is another comment algorithm. Hearing of or from you. And I'm surprised more people haven't commented on the atrocious sound when the wind picks up as frequently as it did. Your on the one hand, on the other hand commentary, which told me nothing new except that you'd lost a piddling number of subscribers from your piddling base, was either completely unintelligible or nearly so. And that, combined with your frequent attention to your hair, was utterly amateurish. I feel seen. Here's another legit. Here's something that's interesting. I would subscribe to you because you're not being unsubscribed from you because you're not being journalistic enough for me. There's been swatting, the overkill, the police response, the cost of city per response, the police not following up on cries for help, and you did a fluff piece. Be the investigative journalist you used to be, then I'll consider staying. I'll give you 3 months until I unsub you from fluff journalism. Yeah, I don't. I mentioned LA many times. Have I been as intense in the coverage of LA as other people have been? No, absolutely not. I think other people have more of an expertise, and I want to be in the scene until I cover that. Am I heading out to LA to protest myself? Yes. Did I do a video when DOA Chris needed our help and was in jail? Yeah, check out that video. I talked all about that. Did I talk about when Aaron was arrested? Yes. So for the very big things, I've mentioned it. Yeah, I haven't mentioned Danny and Leia and Danny's arrest, and that's worth mentioning, but I certainly have not ignored that. So I don't like your comment. TKY. Okay, so Alex is, yeah, I don't have any reason to doubt you, dude, but I'll see what you said, referring to Alex. You want to see Doggo. We're talking about Claire. All right, Alex, I'm going to get to you. OMG, so cute. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is funny. Brilliant show. Brilliant mix. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. I got to get back to my thing. Apostate Alex, you're everywhere trying hard to be relevant. I don't think that's true. You went involuntarily as an adult and begged to be taken back when kicked out. I mean, look, I don't know about that, but I know that sometimes we get unbrainwashed and re-brainwashed and manipulated, and Lord knows they have an extra ability, unique ability to manipulate and get people out and back in who are formerly out. So I don't think you should hold anybody that against anybody, if that's even the truth. Except Mike Renter, or maybe that would be interesting. You could ask him things everybody's afraid to ask. You seem like a kind and honest man. Thank you, Sharon. I think I won you over, and I'm proud of it. I'm withholding my poop, Dad. Yeah, right. Well, he could take it. He's outside, so he could take a dump. He just wants to be outside. OBG Foster. OBG Foster. He's a dog that I found at a truck stop in Mexico. So he loves hanging out. I mean, he could go inside of this room right now if he wants, but he likes hanging out outside. Yeah, exactly. Dodge says he's rescue, and I need to get to Alex's though, because he made an interesting comment. Yeah, sure, Alex. I believe your story, Alex. A lot of thousands of people believe your story. 10,000 people who tuned in for the Paris situation believed your story. Not that you were 15 or 18. Too much BS. That's inside baseball, but I published pictures of me on staff when I'm clearly a child. Lol, but whatever. Well, there you go. Alex will connect. And hey, let's talk about, I think it'd be fun to have you on to refute. I'm pretty much on your side about this suit from what I know, not that I know a lot. Dodge, I published comments from my time on staff and evidence my level of involvement. Happy to answer questions you have. Awesome. Thank you. I don't have that you pretty much answered the one question that I had. Was there some misrepresentation? And I don't even know if misrepresentation is that big of a deal. But yeah, I mean, if you wanted the documents, because I'd love to have you on, and I think any of this controversy generates interest, and I think it'd be great for you to set the record straight. So I certainly believe you, but yeah, for the small, and I think it's a small segment. I don't think the world's against you or anything, or even 20% of Aaron's supporters are against you. I think it's 2%. But for controversy is interesting to dwell on once in a while. So we could talk about it. TKY, Alex just popped in and already down your throat. I don't think Alex is down anybody's throat. Like, I'm not even an Alex fan. No offense to Alex. It's the accent. I'm a Liverpudlian. Is that what you say? It's not Liverpoolian. It's Liverpudlian. Liverpool. And your Southern accent, ooh, she doesn't like that Alex is too waspy. Alex has probably, I assume you're WASP, Barnes Ross. I assume you're a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant like me. Don't listen to this cockamamie, lower class, redneck, Northern England, Birmingham, Manchester. Oh, we're from the poor area of England. Bullshit. I'm kidding. I don't think we should judge. I would love to. I've only been to London, Oxford. I'd love to go to Birmingham and Manchester and Leeds. But there is a class war in England, and Trippy Moodflower is starting it. WTF, says Desert Dog. About what? Huh? So have you interviewed Alex? No, but I'd like to. I would like to. TK, I didn't even mention him, and you glad you're okay. I guess you guys are making friends, but there's a lot. TikTok dodge. TikTok on what? TikTok on the clock on the way. Rest in peace, Kesha. You know, she just died. Don't look that up. She's with David Miscavige now. I understand everyone's disgust with Mitch, but I don't understand the hate towards you. Thanks, DJ. You're a journalist. In my opinion, a journalist has their emotions, take their emotions opinion out of it. And that's what I was trying to do. I understand some of that. I should have researched better, kind of. That's a long story short of that, DJ. But thank you. Yeah, as a journalist, you also have to speak with somebody despite the issues that they might have. Thank you. I don't have to be a fan. I'm not offended. Okay, I don't think anybody's offended. That help sign haunts me. What happened? Nothing. I would like to know what you were doing if you weren't trying so hard to play tough guy, telling people to fuck up. I don't see him playing tough. Maybe I'm losing something here. Alex says I'm not playing tough guy at all. No, I don't. I'm the youngest. Yeah, it's certainly not a tough guy. Yeah, I mean, I think, again, it's just like, first, I believe Alex and believe his time of employment, and he speaks with such a deep expertise. It's hard to say he's making all of this up out of thin air. Even if he was inaccurate, as in, was he off by a year? Was he off by 2 years? Did he come in? Did he come out? Did he not come in? Did he not come out? Did he say he stayed in where he came in and out? Who gives a fuck? Honestly, I don't care, period. He's been out there at all these protests, protesting against these ideal orgs in Europe. And guys, like, you really want to attack like the one dude we have in this community who lives in Europe? Like, I could fly to Chicago. I can't fucking fly to London. Like, say what you will, and you might have some very personal about dates and shit, but I don't think it's helpful. And then the other stuff is like, we need him as a second generation, because again, as compared with Mitch, they have much more of an on the ground, probably a better perspective. So I still believe Alex, period. But even if that were the case, I don't think it matters. Doug was my friend. Stop taking his name in your mouth, using him like you do. Maybe he used Doug's name in a video. Look at those of us got into terrible relationships as adults. Doesn't mean it's less traumatizing. Yeah, fair. Mitch is Mitch. He's mad at Aaron, and then I get why people are mad at him. Yeah. So Birmingham worldwide is shit. Nah, I like to go to Birmingham. I've been to Birmingham, Alabama, but not England. Still, you played it by ear. Allowed Nora to address things. He's on the record now. Yeah. Are you forgetting about Kelly Copter? What about her? Is she live? Do you want to leave me? If you leave me now, you take away the biggest part of me. Trauma comparison isn't fair. Steve Hassan wasn't in the Moonies for God. Those are a fun group, the Moonies, for 30 years. But he's saying people are changed because not one person's actually said what's different. Yeah, Kelly Copter is from Manchester, originally, but based in London. Dodge, you should watch the interviews I did when I first started speaking out, and compared to now, help figure out what people are saying. Yeah, I don't know. Has changed because not one person actually said what's different. Yeah, and Alex, you have my email, so if you want to send me the links for that That'd be great. And again, love to have you on. He could be a never in who cares, not doing nasty stuff like calling a rabbit names. I don't think I'm calling anybody names, but I don't know if you're accusing me of calling anybody names. So I'm checking my dog again, guys. Oh, shit. Hey. Oh, my dog. I know where my dog saw he's harassing a cat. He's by the dumpster. I might sign off relatively because I could tell. Like now my dog's by the dumpster, so I know he really wants me to get going. I know that's like pretty important for him right now. But I don't know. We're rocking and rolling still, man. 3 hours. Shit. There are a bunch of people speaking out in the UK, but Kelly and I are the only ones on YouTube speaking out at the moment. Yes, that's what I'm saying, right? You and Kelly are the only European reps, so we need y'all's. But dozens of people have made, YouTube videos in the past. Good to know. We're not the first. Well, John Atack is a Brit, right? So he's been around. Whatever amount of time somebody is exploited by a cult is irrelevant. It's all irrelevant. It's traumatizing. There's no contest in trauma. Interesting. Guys, I want one more fun comment that I enjoy. I'm just gonna read it to you off my phone. No, I'm gonna email it because it's like that funny. Because I do enjoy it. Marilyn sent me another email, by the way, and helpful link to Marilyn. By the way, you're probably gone now, but love to have you on. By the way, I've always enjoyed your channel, and I would be psyched to have you on if you are at all interested. John Atack can kiss everybody's ass. Well, damned if you do, damned if you don't with these people, aren't you? That's kind of the problem. That's the problem. Does anyone remember the soup with Spencer Pratt? You make fun of Spencer Pratt. You go, that's the problem. I'm old. 33, you start to feel old for the first time in your life. Ah, frick. Dog sparking at something. Some bullshit. Hey. Oh, it's a raccoon. Yeah, have fun. Okay, cool. All right. He's just assaulting a raccoon. He's not. The raccoon ran above the fence, but he's very occupied with it. All Scientologists will always fight. Yeah, no shit. And claw for supremacy. It's impossible to pick sides. Yeah, I mean, look, and eventually you want to get the truth of all this stuff, right? So, and you're going to have to talk to people who haven't made good statements and have even made harmful statements. And I think I'll continue doing that. Everybody stands on the shoulders of people that came before in the future and stands on the shoulders of all of those in the future. In generation. Natalie Webster started a convost on the protesters. Yeah, she has in Germany, Denmark. Oh, cool. All right. Well, yeah, I'd love to. What to do the German thing? I got. Hey, guys! We're gonna continue this shit, but I'm gonna put it on hotspot because I gotta find my dog. You know what? Fuck it. I got a battery. We're still talking. We're still rocking and rolling. I'm gonna take this big ass computer and you're going to walk with me because I'm turned on by you guys. I'm having too much fun. Hey, we can walk. Don't worry about it. So let me. I'll switch my white tie. I'll switch my white tie. Switch my Wi-Fi. And hey, we could walk, and we'll walk, and we'll talk, and we'll barack. Thank you, Claire. Some people hate my attitude. Good for nothing. Ginger. Part of the ginger genocide movement. All right, we're walking, we're talking. Let me switch my Wi-Fi to my hotspot. Okay, I think that wasn't too bad. You can still hear me. I love good. Oh, hey, Claire. Well, hit me up on Instagram. Dodge Landisman. That's just my name. DODGELAN. DESMAN. Going on a raccoon and dog hunt. Yes. Yeah. If you guys want to, this is like turning into my live stream. Ironically. Yeah, he's ready. You see him? He's off like a rocket. So then we must follow. And then eventually, guys, if the computer runs out of battery, I'll just switch to my phone. And if anybody needs to fix a relationship with Aaron, it's Mike. Yeah, I agree with that. Aaron has been there for him. He has. I mean, he's introduced him to this YouTube world. So, I would tend to agree with that. Ha, yes, Gingers against Scientology unite. Exactly, Alex. Precisely, my friend. And if anybody needs to fix their relation, oh yeah, you said that. What's his name? His name is Name, because my name is Dodge, and you probably gathered I'm a fucking weirdo. So I wanted a name that no other dog had, and I really like the old Abbott Costello bit. Who's on first? Who's on first? What's on second? Well, who's on first? So people say, well, what's his name? I say it's Name. What's his name? His name. Well, what's his name? His name is Name. Name? What's his name? But what's his name? His name is Name. But funnily, because he's my first ever dog, he doesn't know that his name is Name. Like, if I say Name, he won't respond to it. Because I actually don't call him that. What I do is I'll call him random screams and sounds that I just like to scream and sound. Then I'll call him that for 2 months, and then I'll call him something else. Yes, I use other names, exactly. There's one comment I want to post, but it's amazing we still have 100, like we've still kept like most people here, which is kind of remarkable. Thank you, Sharon. Yeah, no, I will be me, unabashedly, in spite of the criticism. Yeah, Aaron gave Mike a job when he left Scientology, but I think there's too much water in her feeling. Yeah, I always wonder what like Mike's immediate career was, because I know he's selling cars, but I know it's in Florida, and I think he credited properly. Let me, guys, I'm just okay, here's my favorite comment from Night Owl. Dodge dude, if you want to be considered a respected journalist, this is from Night Owl. Night Owl is my arch nemesis, but I love her. And Night Owl, I'm kind of attracted to you. Dodge dude, if you want to be considered a respected journalist, you seriously should have done your research before ever inviting Mitch on. Seriously, I don't think COS is your subject, and I'm not really certain that YouTube is the right platform for you. I tried to like your style, but it's not just me. Way before the Mitch debacle. Also, begging viewers not to subscribe is a bad look. Well, bitch got them all back, so probably good luck. P.S. I live in Yuma. Yes, she does. That's what hurts me. And watched you on your own local news when you were here. Smiley face, smiley face, smiley face. Mitch, you are a deplorable narcissist. Yeah, that's all your stuff about Mitch. God, where's my favorite thing where, like, I promised the dude I'd read. We became friends at the end. And I was like, dude, I promise I'll read you your thing on one. Maybe I already read his thing. Oh, well. Where the hell am I going? I'm in the middle of the goddamn road. And we can cross the interstate. Fine. All right. Damn dog wants to cross the interstate. All right. I'm going to go in total darkness, guys, but that's just the way it goes. What percentage am I at? 16. Okay. So I still got enough percent. God, I was going to say, let's sign off, but like, I still have 110 people. So you get to see me dart across. Hey, you want to cross? You got to cross now. Thank you. I usually prefer staying in downtown areas, but they're more expensive. Sorry, I'm using this as a light because I don't know where the hell I'm going right now. Oh, Lord. Where are you taking me, dude? Oh, I'm a sugar. I'm a sugar. All right, I'm fine. Call him a sugar now, I'll tell you that. Now he's taking me the train tracks. I'm going to try to read your comments, but my dog is taking me on a most perilous journey. Oh, shoot. No, I think I just stepped in some water. Oh, you're fine. We can walk. I'm just complaining. Not on some train tracks. Welcome to my exciting life. I'm terrified now. I'm out. That's hilarious. I don't think there's anything to be scared of. Although it looks very scary, doesn't it? I'm just irresponsibly. Oh, God. So Claire Evans says, some say he doesn't have cancer. That's a new one. Why would anybody say that? And yeah, I mean, there is some sympathy that should still be extended to the guy, in my opinion. F Scientology used free labor to teens to run hotels. Not all kids are eligible to do audit in the cult. Yeah. Well, right, and that was a big thing we were talking about. He had cancerous fluid on his lungs. That's something that could become a tumor or something like that. Yeah, I think that's what he was kind of saying, though. I may have missed this before, but where are you? That's a great question. Where the hell am I? I am in Lafayette, Louisiana, but this stream has been so goddamn long. It's been 3 hours that I'm taking my dog for a walk because he's been very patient. So I'm walking on the side of an interstate, but we're gonna probably, I don't know where the hell I am. Here's where I am, like real sexy. I think we're going by a tractor place right now, and of course there's a fence, and my dog loves to trespass. It's like his favorite thing. I want to trespass today. Thank you. Okay, cool. We're not going to trespass. Wild dog chase with a laptop and a cig. Yeah, right? Talk about multitasking. While streaming. Yes, that's hilarious. I said talk about multitasking, and then you say talk about multitasking. Talk about multityping. The cinematographer would educate you on the essay and Scientology for getting your name. K's in the house, Surge, and I'll brief you, and you'll be up to speed. Cool. That would be helpful. I'm trying to go back to the comments, which is hard when you're like walking. Here we are. I may have missed this before. Yeah, you did. That's okay. DOA and Streets have a pet troll too. That's hilarious. Theirs is Wizzy. Yours is Night Owl. I like that. Night Owl works. He is a Night Owl because I'm a lazy son of a bitch. So I'll go to bed at 4 a.m, wake up at noon. Renter is slow, boring. Yeah. Also comes across as arrogant. I feel sorry for him now because he has cancer. Yeah. I mean, I think that's worth extending some sympathy. Yes, dog is walking me. He doesn't have a leash when he walks. So yes, he's very much walking me. And boy, am I starving. I just flew in and boy, are my arms tired. Tom DeVocht help Mike. I've heard that name, but I can't tell you much about Tom DeVocht. Mike went to someone else first. Wish you didn't smoke, XO. Jane, thank you. I'm trying to quit. I've been telling you that, but this is not good proof of that, was it? One of my dog's names is not Waldo. I love that because where's Waldo? He's part GSD. Smart. Yeah, do you think he is? I'm curious what you think he is. I think he's definitely half German Shepherd, and then I think he's like German Shepherd and then something small would be my guess. Yeah, Sharon Aaron gave Mike a job when he left Scientology, but I think there's too much water and feeling hurt for it to be fixable. Yes. Oh, where are we going now? This is like, what are we doing? What is this? Ay. Oh, Lord. Like, why? Can you see this? You can't even see it. Oh, now you can. Oh, no, you can't. Like, where? Like, what? Dude, I'm getting in trouble. Oh. Lord, I have to be careful here because I'm like, I don't know what this shit is. Butt water. Yeah, it's butt water. All right. Hey, let's go somewhere else. Thank you. All right. It's like construction, but it's just like, and usually if it says no trespassing, it's fine. But there's like a light on shit. I wish I had a better environment for the dog to. I wish the dog enjoyed the environment better. This is kind of shitty for him because we're just walking like along the side of a highway. But a lot of times I'll do something downtown or somewhere where the dog could actually walk. But today we need to save money, so he's not. He doesn't have the ideal environment for a walk. And some shit just happened. But water. Don't get robbed. I don't think I'll get robbed. Thank you, though. Because I'm literally the only person here right now. You get yourself a car wash. Working at the car wash. Oh, no. It's just a bad check. Men and wander around cities dark and abandoned places. Do you feel so free? Yeah, that's a nice luxury of being a man and being a white man, quite frankly. We could wander around with impunity and not really ever feel unsafe. Sorry, calling this girl that's oh, frick. I almost just fell over something. Great. I promised this girl I'd call her, so I'm probably going to do that. I feel bad. She's like, I hope you had a good night. I guess you don't want to talk. I'm like, I'll be happy to talk, but I'm still streaming. And dreaming. And we still got like 100 fucking people here. So hopefully this chat, well, no, I wish you guys could be with me for the rest of my life. Let's get married. Let's do that. And then I'll give her a call because I need to. Well, if you get robbed, you got 100 eyewitnesses. Lol. Call girl. Ha! Don't fall into a hole. Far from a call girl. She is a wonderful young lady that I've met at a political event. So I wouldn't classify that as that. Dodge, you have to love to get something. Harness a leash, especially in Louisiana. Yeah. Better safe than sorry. Don't get robbed. Cool. Well, I won't. All right, good. The dog is slowly drifting back to the right side of the road. So this is a good thing. And I might end the stream relatively soon. All right, guys. I'll probably call it a day. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Or your peace, forever hold your gun. Polygamy is a crime, Dodge. Ha! I'm certainly not a polygamist. First, I ain't marrying nobody. Aaron only talked about Alex after grifting and chasing after others to gain subscribers. I don't know how I don't know what that means, but if you want to explain that further, you'd be more than welcome to. Oh, Lord. All right. Hey, gotta wait. Make sure the dog doesn't cross. He's got to cross this busy highway. Do you see it? We got to cross that shit. That's going to be fun. It's going to be like Frogger. All right, we're going to make a mad run for it. Run, do run. Good job. Okay. We cross. Hey, Rosebud Amy, I love you. How are you? Watch this trick. Whoa, dog got my shoe. Did the dog get my shoe? Maybe he didn't. He's passing out. Do your shoe thing. He likes to chase my shoe a lot. I gotta get a new pair like every 2 weeks. Oh, that's not police. Oh no, it's a truck. Good. Cool. All right. Hey, we gotta wait. Thank you. Okay. We'll probably end soon. Dodge cars. Amen, right? They can even dodge a Dodge. All right. Go back to safety. We're figuring this out. We're holding hands together. We're making love all at the same time. Mitch Brisker's summer of 69. Inaccurate. I was right? I was right about the summer of 67. The summer of 67, not summer of 69. Don't give me that. Nice shirt. Thank you, Rosebud Amy. It's from 1962. Cuteness. He is a cutie pie. OMG, love. Hope dog and Dodge is safe. We are both safe. Thank you. We're not in Georgia anymore, so yes, we are safe. Guys, if you're interested in God damn it, how we have 104 people now. If you're interested in learning about my arrest in Georgia, which I think Scientology might, and I say keyword might be responsible, check that out. And that's like my third video down. Something like that. Donna Davey, you've been here for 3 hours. So you got to go. Donna, great getting to know you. Thank you for commenting. Oh, shit. The Clearwater Chad is here. The nemesis of Tampa Brad, Clearwater Chad. I'm a fan. Nice to have you. How are you? What's going on? I'd love to have you on, man. Let me know if you're interested. We got Clearwater Chad. I'm starstruck. I mean, this is bigger than getting to meet Isaac Hayes or Chick Corea or Tom Cruise or John Travolta or Jenna Elfman or, God damn, there are a lot. Michael Pena or John Leguizamo or I don't know who else. Tommy Davis. That's who I want to meet, is Tommy Davis. He excites me in my nether regions. I'm going to say that. Tommy Davis for president. Well, thanks a lot, Dodge. Yes, awesome. I'd love to come on. I'm a big fan of yours. Well, thank you. Okay, cool. We'll try to get something on. I'd love that. I assume I can reach you somehow. There's some links or whatever to do that. What do you think about all this stuff, Clearwater Chat, by the way? You think the feud is a little much? You don't have to weigh in. No pressure. We are back at the hotel. That's the good news. See if the dog wants to walk longer, though. He does. He still wants to walk. And walking he shall. Let me know if you need help reporting the news. Yeah, absolutely. And I could use a crew for sure, especially in Clearwater. So that would be a lot. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. And you've been one of the OGs too, if I'm not mistaken. So I appreciate. And yeah, actually, I'd love to talk with you. It's like, you literally know about all the council takeovers, the developments, all the crazy Clearwater shit. I'm back. Luckily, we made it through. We survived. So yeah, right. So you've been around. This is very cool. Hey, you know what? Clearwater Chad, dude, no pressure. You want to go on? I'm going to wait for you to respond. Yay says, OMG, how tall are you? 5'11"? Normal height? Yeah, Chad, let me know if you want to be on. Yes, you do? Great. How about this? You will help conclude the stream. So let's, I'm going to send you the invite link. Oh, it can't tonight. Okay. Well, yeah, later on, that would be great. I love that. Thank you. Soon. Perfect. I thought you meant now. But yeah, thank you. I'd love to have you on. I have to do some research about you too. And I know about you. I'm a fan of yours. But need to see more of your content as well. But yeah, I'd love that. Clearwater Chad. That's hilarious. Is that true? I know Clearwater Chad is a bunch. That's wild that he is more than Tampa Brad. That's hilarious. Hey, Clearwater Chad, the question I was curious, is Tampa Brad ever called you? I always wondered that. And he says, okay, great. Sounds good. And Cammie asked, question, what receipts does Alonso have with regard to his comments and accusations? About 2,000. Huh? You have more than that. I want to say you're at 20 or so, way higher than that. 15? That's hilarious. I never knew that. Well, guys, okay, story time. Now that you've all reminded me of these characters, in Clearwater, Chad, we're going to have a fucking fun conversation about this. I worked at Valuetainment, the Patrick Bet David podcast, for about 6 months, and it was pretty much it's almost an MLM. Hey, Claire Evans says Tampa Brad's a funny guy. Yes, I thought you saying Clearwater Chad was. Yeah, he won't return my message. This is Clearwater Chad. Why not? Bummer. Okay, Clearwater Chad 2K, not bad. Tampa Brad 1.4. Yeah, guys. So I worked at Valuetainment, which was essentially a multi-level marketing front for Patrick Bet David, and they offered me a job right after I got fired, and I didn't agree with their politics, but I figured it fell into my lap, frankly. So that's why I took it, because I messaged Patrick Bet David's Twitter because Mike Ringer was on, as well as I think Mark Headley was on with Patrick Bet David as well. So I said I'd love to be on. They said no, but you'd be cool to work with us. I work for them. Patrick is pretty close with Grant Cardone. Like, they're like tight. I think Grant Cardone went to one of his vault conferences. Oh, that's fascinating. Clearwater Chad's cool as heck as an MLM too. Wow. Okay, so we'll talk about that. It's crazy. It was a market in America I've never heard of. Yeah, so Clearwater Chad, Grant Cardone is good friends with Patrick Bet David. And of course, he does all this MLM stuff. And it's really weird that Patrick would continue to have on Grant Cardone, like after he had on the Headleys and after he had on Mark Rinder. But they still maintain that friendship, I think, because they're both kind of goose each other up financially. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you, Claire. OMG, I want to go to bed, but you're so entertaining. Hey, I'm having fun talking to myself. So I hear you. That's very nice. I appreciate that. Yeah, we'll see. Now this is ridiculous, guys. It's been 3 hours and 15 minutes. This is like, but hey, it helps with the subs. And, as I say, I have a program called, Dom for subs. If you sub to me, I will be your sub and you can be my Dom. Just think about that. Hey, Dodge, I'm arriving late arriving. Did you watch Aaron interview with, yes, I did a long time ago. Aaron's with Mitch, when Aaron became so impatient with what Mitch was saying. Yeah, I mean, that was my argument yesterday before I found out all this new information that Nora gave me, is that, I found, I saw that video with Mitch and Aaron, and I felt like it was essentially two brothers ribbing each other. It seemed, viewing hours helps, Claire. It seemed, like it was good-natured and well-intentioned on both of their parts. And that's why I was thinking, I don't think the two of them actually have a feud, but it's entirely possible that they do. A high note, leave us wanting more. Good night. Call your GF. I will call her. Thank you. April and Amsterdam. Thank you, April and Amsterdam. I'll probably end this next couple minutes. But thank you for your support. I appreciate it. Aaron Smith-Levin gave Mike Rinder. So what was the job long before? Yeah, I know. I know that Mike Rinder sold cars. Well, I know he sold them in like Denver, right? That, at least in Mike Rinder's book, that was Mike Rinder's first job, although he didn't explain his job. After he was after he was a used car salesman in Denver. I do a parody of Grant Cardone. I missed the Griff Calzone. That's kind of perfect. Clearwater Child, definitely check it out. I'm looking forward to having you on as well. Leaving on a high note. Yeah. Well, the comments are dying down, so unless one of you guys says something, it's probably best that I don't know, man. Hard to say. Yeah, all right. So now we've been this 3 hours, 20 minutes. Oh shit, Claire weighed in. A lot of Mike's book was, there was a lot of there was like a lot of vague shit about it. Anyway, guys, I'll leave you wanting more. Okay. TK Apostic Alex, not for no reason. You stick your chin out. Better be prepared to take the hit. I don't think he has, man. I know what you're saying and doing behind the scenes. Well, okay. I don't know how many times Aaron interviewed Mitch or vice versa, but when I saw Aaron's not treat Mitch well. Some people have that feeling too, Rosebud Amy. Sorry, I'm a bit prejudiced now. Totally get it. We got the palm trees and Clearwater Chad. Very cool. got a few palm trees in Louisiana. There's like 1 or 2 of them. Anyway, guys, it's amazing. We still have, like, I kind of don't want to leave because we have 100 people still watching. So, I don't know what more can you want from me? Damn it. Let's be less jumpy with each other. That's all right. Well, I think I am gonna sign off. All right, guys. Speak now, forever hold your peace. War and peace. Speak now, forever hold your peace. Thank you for watching. Really productive stream. This was a marathoner if there ever was one. So time to take the dog out. Probably for a more serious walk. Yay, says O.M. Jed. You're not wrong. Whatever that means. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, guys. Hey, last thing with StreamYard, how do I see who is... I'm trying to see if I could see myself. Oh, shit, guys. Live with me. Oh, live in 42 hours. Okay. I was like, if Lindsay's on with Mitch Brisker, like, we're going to sit down and fucking watch the whole goddamn thing. But hey, it seems like we have a nice relationship. By the way, before I leave, guys, if you just want to hang out with me, you want that to be a thing, and we'll talk about all these views together and go over them. And again, we'll have this wild, chaotic, open forum. Let me know if you think that's a good idea. And then we could start with doing that. We could start with Nora's appearance with Mitch, which is in about 2 days. So I'll wait for you guys to say if you'd like that. Would you like me in the future to do more live streams, just kind of riffing and analyzing on the commentary? So if that's the case, let me know, and I will. I'm going to try to set up. I'm going to try to, because I'm trying to figure out how many like views my live has, if I can. Okay, cool. 1,000. Cool. A fair amount. Okay, cool. Yes, love it. All right. This sounds like we got one person. So that's cool. I thought Aaron and Mitch did a video clearing the air. Yeah, me too. So not everyone could claim they say anything, didn't. Yeah, that's what I thought too. But I might be wrong about that. Who knows? I'm focused on taking down both the cult in front of the camera, behind the scenes. That Alex is. Don't know what you're talking about. Scientology is my focus, nothing else. Yeah, I would agree with that. It's just this one person, TK, who's just beefing mad hard, yo. That'd be fun. Awesome. All right, so guys, they did meet in LA. Now Mitch is going to Lindsay. He'll start up. He's so mean. Yeah, interesting. It's 11 o'clock in NYC, my old home. I was lived on 22nd in Lexington. Good idea, live commentary. So guys, I'm trying to loop in Shannon. I think we'll have a live stream. I'm going to try to get Selfless Self too. So I'm going to try to loop in Shannon for a live stream tomorrow, so we can talk about it then. And you guys will have all the replays. This is a fucking marathon, and 1,000% it sounds like, just with the comments. And I'll poll my users as well. We're going to weigh in on the Lindsay Mitch Brisker thing and watch a lot of it. So we'll watch it live together, as this seems to be the most fun, and I like hanging out with you guys. So au revoir. Thank you, guys. Obviously, I don't need to go over what I did right, what I did wrong. We had that long conversation. Nora gave me my homework. I will be checking out. I'll be doing more of a correction piece within 3 to 4 days. That's going to take some more time to research and kind of figure out. And I owe it to Marilyn Honig to watch the videos that she sent me. I've only seen small little things. There's some other topics, so I need to focus. And she's a great communicator. I enjoy watching her, but some of this stuff takes time. Anyway, love you guys. I will see you either tomorrow for Shannon, perhaps 50-50, or in 2 days. Talk about Wednesday. Bye-bye.